bro. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna be Pep Guardiola waving his hands like the wizard he is.
Swung on, head in the air to right field and deep. It is high. Barkley takes it all the way. Bryant for the win.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of your favorite sports podcast, Shirts versus Skins. Back with episode number 47, getting closer to the 50 mark. On today's episode, our topics, talking a little bit about the NBA, our reaction to the playoffs, talk about the NBA awards that are done now. We'll know all of them. And then talk some football, mainly Man United, Man City. Man United looking a little embarrassing. Man City doing what they usually do, signing the best as the best. And then combat sports, some UFC 274 recap. Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol. That's going to be an interesting one. And we're going to talk. We're going to include Ahmeds' top 5. He's bringing that back for us. We'll see what he has in store for me and Tiku, how badly we're going to fail. But yeah.
I forgot all about the failures, bro.
Straight into the NBA we go.
Yeah, I mean, let's get right into it. Obviously, a lot has changed from literally a week ago. Some series that we thought were going to be probably easy peasy weren't. And majority of them all tied up now, besides the Warriors Grizzlies series. But, that's had its own implications and, situations and stuff. But we'll get into it. Let's get right into it, though. Let's talk about 76ers Heat. Obviously, the game is being played right now, game 5, which is a big game for both sides. Like I said before, literally a week ago, we were thinking Miami were going to finish this off pretty quickly and be possibly not even coming back. But obviously, he came back. Sixers won 2 in a row. Obviously, not good, especially for me as a Miami Heat fan. I thought this was going to be an easy sailing for us, and but definitely Embiid coming back has changed the series. When you talk about Embiid, I mean, this guy was potentially an MVP winner, let alone candidate. Obviously, he was a candidate. The way he played this year was fucking phenomenal, and him coming in has definitely changed the whole direction and the momentum of the series. The way he does it on both ends of the floor, just his presence alone has definitely brought more energy and motivation for this Sixers team. Obviously, they were also at home. 2 games. Listen, at the end of the day, NBA teams, you're supposed to win your games at home.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And they got that done 2-2. Now coming back to Miami. Miami's up right now, coming into the third quarter. But Embiid just showing that he's an elite player, a top 5 player in the NBA, in my opinion, a really, really viable candidate to win MVP. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And Miami needed to get it going. When you just look at this game and you look at the modern NBA game that it is now, you have to hit your shots. That's the story of the series, in my opinion, for both teams. You look at game 1 and 2, Miami obviously didn't have Embiid, but they weren't hitting their 3-point shots. You look at game 3 and 4, they did, and Miami weren't. So that's just how it is. It's a game of swings. NBA, this is what it is. It's back and forth. I'm excited. It's good entertainment. Obviously, it's a little nervy, especially when you look at a team that was up 2-0, my team, up 2-0, losing 2 in a row, and could potentially, if they lose this game, you could say probably series is done. Going back to the house. So, like I said, Jimmy Butler is a great player. We never doubted Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. This guy always shows up every time. People talk about last season in the playoffs with the Bucks. I think that's just, when you look at his overall record in the playoffs, he always gets better. And he's been sensational, one of the best players in the playoffs. But it's always been everyone else. It's been the Bams. It's been the Tyler Heroes. It's been Kyle Lowry, who's been injured. It's tough to see him go through what he's going through with his injuries, because he's a very impactful player. Not putting up the biggest stats, but he's an impactful player. So, but we'll see more. It's a tough series, like I said.
Tico, I think you're also forgetting one thing. There's a reason why the Heat lost 2 games to the 76ers. It's because our boy Robert was in the stadium.
And he's there tonight.
He's there tonight.
He's there with an apron.
Yeah,
with
he
an
got that
apron that says,
He is still cooking up nothing.
shout out my
So,
son Roberto. I respect it. The brand is going crazy. Roberto's brand. It's fun to see. I'm happy
We'll
for him.
see.
He's having fun with it, and I like it. It's cool.
I think he's good luck for Miami. Maybe Miami should buy him some tickets,
100%.
fly him out to Philly,
Yo,
just to have that
hell yeah.
secure.
Hell
For
yeah.
Game
And like
6.
the Miami Heat Twitter like manager or whatever the fuck runs that shit, like they're active. They know what's up in like the Heat Twitter. So yo, they gotta check it out and get into Philly or something because Miami's looking good right now, and Roberto's there. So I don't think it's 3 times the charm. So I don't think it's a coincidence.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's all I had to say about this matchup. Get Roberto to Philly for Game 6, and maybe the Heat close out the series. Ahmed,
Definitely, for sure.
Yours.
I think as a neutral, I mean, having Joel Embiid back in the series was so vital. Like those first 2 games were unwatchable, in my opinion. So having Joel Embiid back now, I mean, I said it before, like now if he's back, even if he's not fully healthy, just the respect that he commands and even like him at like 50% is still one of the like top players. He's so dominant, like foul trouble. Bam's gonna have to like just focus on him. So and then in the last game, was it game 4 or 5? Was it game 4? Game 4, I believe. James Harden showed up, and James Harden played well.
Yeah.
I mean, down the stretch, him and Jimmy Butler going off. Matching each other, and then James Harden gets the job done. So, and then I mean, in the first half today, I mean, good start for him as well. So, I mean, if James Harden is back, and Joel Embiid is slowly getting healthy, and like he's still giving you 20 and 12, I mean, Miami Heat are in serious trouble, and I think tonight is a must win for sure at home. But I think I mean Robert's there, so that's a done deal. But it's just like some players like what's fucking Duncan Robinson doing out there? I mean, Kyle Lowry, I think now he's like out for the series, right?
Something like that. He's out for tonight. Played game 5 for like no reason. I don't know why he played. He was literally a negative out there. But yeah, he's been injured. He's been injured since the Hawks series.
Yeah, I mean, and Bam Adebayo, like ever since fucking Joel Embiid came back, and he's not being guarded by DeAndre Jordan. Like you still have to be aggressive. You still got to give me 25 and 10 in the playoffs. So I mean, Jimmy Buckets, he's there. Was he like 35 or 40 points a game for you guys?
Yeah,
he's getting to the free throw line. He's doing it. But
I can't believe there was a point in time where Heat fans were like suspicious.
I think they still are, because I mean this was like a pretty shaky year for him. Like he was missing games
regular season. The regular season. Listen, I love Jimmy Butler, but in the regular, oh shit, Roberto's on TV. It's not funny. They just showed him in his fucking apron, mad funny eating. But yeah, definitely, there was definitely a point. Even me, myself, a guy that loves Jimmy Butler, at one point was like, I think this guy might be finished. But like I said, I think I tweeted, I'm like, I think Jimmy Butler trolled the whole fucking NBA. And the way he's come out this season, I'm not going to base anything off what Jimmy Butler does in the regular season anymore. I think I've learned my lesson in that aspect.
Yeah, so I think tonight is a must-win. Going back to Philly, I mean, Listen, it's 3-2 if Philly wins. Going back to Philly, Doc Rivers with a game. I mean, I would still like the Heat chances to bring it back to 7, but
yeah,
I think
I definitely don't completely rule Miami out if they lose this game right here at home. But when you look at the momentum, you look at their Philly's record at home, they're tough. And like you said, Philly were always the better team if Harden was going to play like James Harden.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing, Harden has not been playing like James Harden. And this is a star-driven league. At the end of the day, your stars, if you have superstars on your team and they play like they're supposed to, you win. Plain and simple. Doesn't matter the best overall team in terms of like how they play and the coaching and this, that. Obviously it does. But if you have superstar players and they play like they're supposed to, you win. Simple as that. You look at that. And you look at Miami. I mean, Jimmy Butler's playing like a superstar, playing like a top 10 player in the NBA. It's everyone else. Like I said before, Bam Adebayo, we know the talent that he can be, but it's just that he's very passive. He's very passive, especially when he plays against another top 5 center in the NBA. He's very passive on offense, but on defense, he's giving Embiid a little trouble here and there. But, Embiid's still going to get his. He's a dominant player. I still have Miami winning this. I think we win this game tonight and we finish out in 6.
Yeah.
I think Philly gets the job done.
Wow. I'm going to say Miami personally. Who else we got in the East?
Boston versus
the other game, which is cool. That's
that one
interesting. Interesting.
I think outside Dallas and Phoenix, Boston and Milwaukee, like 2 heavyweights going at it. It's been tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Before the series, I had Bucks in 7, even without Chris Middleton. I thought Giannis and them were going to still get it done. Great team, championship team. But as the series has been going, I mean, at one point, literally the game yesterday, everybody was talking about the Bucks going up 3-1.
Bro, that's what I thought it was
team
that
literally basically neutralized Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Giannis is getting what he wants because this guy, he's a dominant player. He's literally Shaquille O'Neal, a mobile Shaquille O'Neal. This guy's always going to get his, even though he does play like a NFL running back. He's so dominant in that thing, but I don't want to get into that. But we thought Bucks were going to be up 3-1 last night, and then Al Horford, rejuvenated, brought the Boston Celtics out of literally the deathbed, brought him back. And if you ever seen a video where Giannis dunked on him and he did something, and Al Horford was like, I bet.
Yeah.
And then he did what he did. Shout out Al Horford, a very underrated player throughout his career. Obviously, we don't think of him as like a superstar player, but he carried the team. We brought him back, and that's a big win. 2-2 now. You never know. I mean, I had this in 7 regardless, so it's looking good for my prediction. But anybody can win. As we know what Boston is. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all these guys play well. They play defense. They're a tough team. Lost Robert Williams. He was out the last game. He's a big loss. I think his if you look at his stats guarding Giannis, he's been giving Giannis a little trouble. And I've talked about Robert Williams. This guy's a potential top 5 defender in the NBA. Grant Williams still doing what he does. I think he's like I can't stand this guy. I don't know. Just something about him, just hitting threes like he does. It's just like, look at him. Come on.
I know.
Let's be real. But he's doing what he's doing. You got to give credit to him. And it's tough. It's tough. I mean, like I said, it was always going to be a tough team. I think this series shouldn't be as close as it is if Drew Holiday, at least on the offensive, because on the defensive end, this guy's a top 5 perimeter defender in the league, right? He's guarding guys. He's there with all these guys. But his offensive output, sheesh, bro. Like, generationally bad. Like, I think he's going like 6 for 30 or something like that.
God.
I think he has more shots than points this or something like that. So he's got to get it going. I mean, we've seen it last season as well.
And he still ends up with 25
somehow. But he does take a lot of shots.
Working for that.
I think what we're seeing in this series is one of the next NBA champs. Whoever goes through from this,
really,
is
champions
going on to win. Yeah, I think so.
That's fair. I mean,
Boston,
listen,
or the Bucks. I think they go through.
That's definitely fair because I think what I said was like whoever comes out of the East, I think is winning the championship. So it could be either obviously Boston, Milwaukee. I mean, I like our chances as a Miami Heat fan, of course. But yeah, I get it. These are probably arguably the 2 best teams in the conference, and arguably the 2 best teams in the NBA, if we're being honest.
Oh.
But no Middleton has definitely made this series more interesting than it should be, if we're being honest. The way Giannis has been playing, this guy, how old is he? 27 years old. Still probably hasn't even maybe just entered his prime. And this guy's resume and achievements at this age, it's unbelievable. He's good, man. He's good.
Of course. I also have this going 7. This is, I don't know if I have them. I mean, like the winner of this one in the championship, but definitely go to the finals, in my opinion. Yeah, my goodness, like it's like 2 heavyweights going. It's so physical out there. And then also it's a lot of like bullshit calls. Like yesterday, I'm watching Grant Williams like just get 2 fouls and in 2 minutes for doing nothing. So the refs have to be better. But
I agree.
I think yesterday, like that was like the fact that they somehow won that game. Jaylen Brown in foul trouble. Jason Tatum is not going totally off. Marcus Smart is hitting some big time shots, but not, he's just doing his thing. Al Horford, like you said, bro, from the dead, I thought it was over going to the fourth quarter. Gets them back, hits some. I mean, he was going off from three. I think he had like 5+ threes. He's been hot from there, and then he's also like a fantastic defender. So yeah, I mean, the Celtics, the fact that
very underrated.
Yeah,
a very underrated defender. Like people like when it was the Nets series, people talk about like how Jason Tatum was playing this that. I'm telling them like, yo, look at Robert Williams. Look what he was doing when he came in that game. Look at Al Horford. Like he's good. He's a top 10 defender in the NBA, I would say, right? Al Horford.
I think so.
For sure.
Like
some people don't give him his credit. So
he's just like a very awkward player. That's why. Very awkward player.
Yeah. He's not like a very marketable,
like flashy and sexy and all that. It's awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the fact that they got this game, definitely like Boston is in full control here. I think they can win this in 6 somehow. But the fact that they got this game, I think that they're now favorites. Jaylen Brown and Tatum. If they just show up one game, get the job done. But yeah, I think Boston gets the job done here because Al Horford saved them.
Yeah, seriously. Jason Tatum's not having his best series, if we're being honest. Definitely needs to prove. He hit some big shots at the end of that game, last game, that saved them. And like you said, this is a huge game. This is a momentum swinger in NBA. And I know throughout my experience watching NBA, teams that win championships, they win games like these. They do. So if they have any aspiration, this is a good sign for them. They should take this momentum, I think, going back to Boston. It's huge. If they take the series lead, you never know. You have Game 6 at Milwaukee against Giannis and Co. It's going to be tough, but if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And that's a tough series. And Giannis, shout out to him if he keeps doing what he's doing. Even if they do lose, you're not going to really look at him and say, all right, damn, what a bad loss, because you didn't have Chris Middleton, who last season, he's the closer for that team. In crunch situation, clutch time, you're going to Chris Middleton and find yourself a bucket. He was Batman in this situation. So it's stuff like that. But, the NBA is a very agenda-driven, especially their fans, is a very agenda-driven league. And they love that shit. And they're still going to find a way to slander Giannis, even though I think he does deserve a little bit in terms of, like, his play style. Like, I didn't really want to get into it, but maybe I'm a little troll or something. But, like, in terms of his play style, like, he just dead-ass barrels into people. And I don't understand this thing in the NBA where one player, the offensive player, can play physical, but when the defensive player plays physical back, it's a foul. That makes no sense to me.
That's what Grant Williams is just putting his hands up, getting like thrown around, and then as soon as he lays one finger on the guy, it's a foul on Grant Williams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And listen,
that has to do with the fact that the NBA does not appreciate defense anymore. It's mostly
definitely not.
People score points.
No way.
People score points, and they think that's what's entertaining. Bro, I'd rather see fucking 10 players get locked up for 4 quarters and the score end 50-50 than 150 to 200. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like just
not yet.
Some defense, but it's tough.
No, I mean, listen. When you look at Miami, that's the thing. People like to talk about this new generation. That they're like, their argument for people scoring so much is that, oh, look at all the amount of spacing they have in the NBA, the amount of this, that. It's difficult to guard it. That's fine. But then when you actually have teams that defend or play zone, like in my example, Miami, they play zone, they play defense, but they get called for easy-ass, dumb-ass fouls. That shit makes no sense to me. When you make the excuse for why so many scores, but when teams actually play defense, they get called for fouls or get nitpick or they get in foul trouble. That shit makes no sense to me. And that's a criticism about this, not and everything. But like, I agree. You're like, hey, it's not entertaining. It's not entertaining. Well,
that was what I was going to say, though.
I guess we came from another generation. But yeah, go ahead, man.
In today's NBA, it's almost impossible to play great defense.
Possible, yeah.
Bro, that's why like I could probably name like the only 5 true top defenders because like there's only 5, maybe 10 of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean they want to see
100%.
like
No, yeah.
130 to 120. They want to see like 63s a game attempted.
Fine.
That's the new NBA, and
It's fine.
it's not
Yeah.
fine. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's the evolution of the game. It's like I can't really hate on.
Oh yeah,
but you know,
it's gonna
we
go back-
came from another generation. Yeah,
It's gonna go back
Probably
to like hard defense and stuff like that for sure. That's how it
Well,
happens.
it has been getting
Yeah.
more physical, in my opinion. Like
Well, it's the
we're seeing
playoffs.
a
That's
lot
why.
more
It's the playoffs.
physical. No,
Yeah.
but
It's
like
'cause
even
it's the
in
playoffs.
comparison to
Nah.
other years, I think it's been more
No,
physical.
bro, it's gotten like worse and worse every year, in my opinion.
Really.
Bro, it's
Nah,
disgusting.
yeah, it's definitely gotten
That's why-
worse. Maybe obviously in the playoffs and stuff like that, it gets lesser. But like even then, I watched the last game for Miami. Bro, what was that, bro? That shit was disgusting, dude. But
Yes.
you know, like I said, they don't like us. They don't like defense. They really don't.
That's why last year with that Knicks team too, like every game was a struggle, but it was fun, bro, because we played defense. It was like throwback Knicks, bro. It was like 95 to 85 final score, you know? But
Yeah.
I guess they don't want to see that no more. Let's head over to the West Coast. But hold up, before we do, I believe the Jays pitcher is about to throw a no-hitter against the Yankees right now. He's
Against the
and there you go.
Yankees.
DJ sends him home. Get the fuck out of here, bum ass. No hitter is broken and here in the middle of the 6th. All right, back to what I was saying. Let's go
Anyways,
to the West Coast
let-
of the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the Warriors, Grizzlies. Good.
I was just gonna introduce. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the Warriors Grizzlies. Like I said before, difficult situation. John Morant out the last game. I think it came out this today that he's out for the rest of the series or something like that.
Yeah, he's out.
You know,
He's out
listen,
for the playoffs.
that pretty much ends any hopes of them winning. Obviously, I think they played well in Game 4. It was a very close game to the end, and we know if you look at their record without John Morant this season, Memphis do good.
22.
They played well without him. Yeah, they play well, but at the end of the day, when you play a team like the Warriors with their talent, their firepower, their experience, it's gonna be tough to beat them without John Morant, a guy that can get you 47 a night. You know, so I don't think there's really much to really talk about. This was a very entertaining series, But when you look at the Grizzlies' struggles, I think when you look at a guy like Dylan Brooks not being there for a couple games, he's pretty important. Jaren Jackson Jr., who you would think has a perfect matchup to take over, because when you really look at it, who's playing center for that team? Draymond Green. I've seen times where Andrew Wiggins was playing center, and his biggest scoring night was, I think, the Game 1. We had like 30, and then he backed it up with like 12 points. He had 21. Another like bad, like when you look at this guy, you look at him as the second best player on the team, right? Somebody that's his thing is defense. But when you look at it, this guy's fouling out almost every game.
You cannot.
So what's the point of giving you 5 blocks when you're out for the biggest possessions of games? And so that's just you can't have that for somebody like Jaren Jackson. He's a young player, I know that, but like I said this to people and people really got mad at me. I said I think he's a very overrated player. I know he's a young player. I'm saying at this moment right now, I think he's overrated. I think he is.
Bro,
I would not be surprised to a point if Memphis
people
don't
don't put him.
if they can.
People don't put him in the top 5 power forwards or something like that. I've never heard him like.
But
in
that's
the top,
fine.
top.
That's fine. In terms of just individually, that's fine. But like when I was talking to people about who do they think could go to the finals? People were talking to me about Memphis. Memphis probably going to the finals or going to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, that's fine. Now, when I look at that, you're thinking of a team that could go to the Western Conference Finals, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is your second best player. I don't think he's good enough. at least to make that team go to final. That's why I'm saying that I think he's pretty overrated. That's just me. I know the overall team is pretty good. You got Desmond Bain, Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson.
But it's the same thing with the Warriors back then in 2015. It was Steph Curry as your best player and Klay Thompson. Bro, Klay Thompson was averaging 20 a game, like nothing crazy. And then it was like, oh, could he be like, the second best player on a championship team? Yes, if you have a great team around you. And the Grizzlies are, bro, like they go 9 deep.
I get that.
And they got a great coach as Anthony Rizzo. I thought he smoked one. Yeah, bro. But the Grizzlies are stacked. They're one of the best teams. Even without Ja, I think they went like 20-2 without him. So that tells you just how good of a team they are.
Good team, good coach team.
But yeah, I mean,
I get that.
If Jackson is your second best player, you can obviously always upgrade. That's obvious, No,
yeah. I don't want to. People could say that. Oh, maybe you're nitpicking or being harsh on a young player. That's fine. I'm just saying that's just that's my opinion. Obviously, he can always improve his young player, but at this moment in time, I think he's pretty overrated. Doesn't mean he's bad. People don't understand. When you call someone overrated, doesn't mean they're bad. They're just not as good as people think they are. So, yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up with the Warriors Grizzlies. I don't know if you want to say anything about that.
Like I said, all the other episodes, I think the Warriors are going to go to the final as well. So.
Yeah, got it.
Just
get into the other series.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. Desmond Bain, 8 points. Seriously, bro?
Yeah, definitely got to play better in the series.
Dylan Brooks, he's been hurt for a while. I'll be okay on him. He's a guy. If he's off, then he's gonna be off.
They haven't been as good as they should be. The supporting cast of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and now that
but again,
out, bro, this is
maybe it
this is the first time
in their mindset, but
the first time in the second round, I believe. I think, yeah. As this group, so they're still learning. They're still young. So
yeah, of course.
And of course, it's the Warriors, But yeah, as you move on.
No, yeah, obviously the Warriors were the favorites of the series, and but you kind of expected more from the Grizzlies, at least, because it's really been a Ja Morant, carry job throughout this series. But get into the next series, that's very exciting, Ahmed. I know me and you are definitely focused on this series. Mavericks Suns series tied up. Literally called it. I said Mavs are winning both games at home. It's going to be 2-2. I have Mavs. I said Mavs are going to fucking finals, motherfucker. Thank you, Yoni. You put some motivation in me to say it. I'm banking on this shit. But yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, the first two games were pretty Suns domination. People were ruling out the Mavs. I said, don't sleep, man. Home, man. People don't fucking understand the advantage you have at playing at home, man. And when you have someone like Luka Doncic and you have that team that the Mavs, how they've been playing this series, they're hitting their shots. Like I said before about the Heat Sixers, if you're hitting your 3-point shots, you can win any game against anybody. Plain and simple. And the Mavs play defense. They play defense. They hit their 3-pointers, and you have Luka Doncic. Oh my God. Arguably, I said Jimmy Butler, preference like myself, but you can make the case Luka Doncic has been the best player in the playoffs, right? Giannis, you could say, but Luka Doncic has been sensational.
Chris Paul outside of the last two games, for me, was the best player in the playoffs. But last two games, oh my God, we'll talk about that.
I hate Chris Paul, so I won't discuss that.
It's fine. But yeah, when we talk about it, but yeah, you have Luka Doncic, this guy. Give him a real second option. This guy. I've never been more sure that a player is going to win a championship than Luka Doncic.
Really?
This guy's easily a top 5 player.
I'm the opposite. That's crazy. Bro. I'm genuinely the opposite. Wow. I have a feeling Luka Doncic could genuinely be that guy. Yeah. Listen, eventually he'll get it. But Luka Doncic is someone we expect to win multiple rings. I have a feeling this guy will finish.
Not in Dallas, bro.
That's the thing, bro. You never know what happens. These players have different mentalities.
You're a legend.
Of course, but and Tiku says give him a second option, but let's not act like what he has now isn't working much better than when they tried to give him the second option.
No.
Putting all these
Porzingis.
I get it, but you need to look at the guy.
Porzingis.
Porzingis was not the guy.
That KP version is just disgusting, bro.
Well,
Disgusting.
who do you pair up with Doncic? Who?
Bro,
like Aiden? A lot of people are saying.
Bro,
I heard someone say.
no, hell
Someone
no.
told me
A lot of
Aiden.
people were saying Bradley Beal.
He's not a
I don't know
Gobert.
about Bradley Beal.
Gobert.
I don't know about, bro. If it's possible, the best guy would be like DeJounte Murray or a Kawhi Leonard.
You just really want me
a
to
guy
lose
a guy who
DeJounte
plays
Murray, man.
defense, because Luka, I mean, he does everything perfectly, but defensively, I mean, he is like a walking fucking charm. Like, stop,
DeJounte
whatever it
Murray
is.
doesn't really make sense.
Easy money. What?
You're gonna have DeJounte Murray and Luka Doncic doesn't make sense as a pairing, in my opinion. I understand what you're saying. A DeJounte Murray type player minus DeJounte Murray, who needs the ball in his hands to fucking get that triple double, the same way Luka Doncic needs the ball in his hands to get a triple double.
But
sure,
if we're being honest, Luka Doncic, if he really wants to win a championship, he can't be as dominant on the ball that he is right now. But you need to realize he's really the only guy that's there. I mean, obviously you have Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie. These guys have been showing up big for them. They need the ball, yeah. And that's why they've been so successful, because there's someone else that could get him something else.
You're gonna reduce Doncic to like a shooting guard role? If
No,
he gets
no,
someone
no,
like
no,
DeJounte
no.
Murray?
Not reduce his
like
role,
a LeBron
but I'm
with
saying
Dwayne Wade
he's-
version, bro.
Yes, exactly. Like exactly that. Because when I look at Luka, I look at LeBron, bro. The way he plays, the way he passes. Obviously, he's a more technical, not as athletic LeBron James, but the way he can run a game, the way he can dominate with passing, going to the rack, shooting. He's like a LeBron James, man.
Yeah,
Obviously, LeBron James is fucking, but he can dominate a game like that. And yeah, he needs to have his Dwayne Wade, his Kyrie Irvings to really make. And I agree with you on that. I think the perfect person that you should pair with Luka Doncic is probably a two-way player, someone that can score and defend. And Kawhi Leonard, you never know. Maybe Kawhi Leonard wants to leave.
Listen, bro.
Never know.
I seen a whole lot of pictures, bro. It seemed like RJ Barrett and Luka are like boys.
I like how we're talking about Kawhi Leonard, DeJounte Murray, and you bring up RJ Barrett, bro.
RJ Barrett,
one of the best young.
This is the thing about Knicks players, Knicks fans. These guys are in ooh-wee la-la land or some shit, bro.
Land for real.
Like, they think RJ Barrett is some guy. I guarantee you, RJ Barrett's like reputation around the league is not as high up as these.
I never said it was.
But this has been it for like
the same sentence as
that's
Kawhi
fine.
Leonard. Man.
But then you're talking about like some RJ. You think, Ahmed's like, damn, Luka Doncic goes to sleep at night. Like, damn, I can't wait to play with RJ Barrett. Oh, that guy's somebody I want to play with in the league. Like, bro, stop it, bro. Stop it,
bro.
That's what he made it sound like 100%.
He's not even 23 yet, right? I've never put him. I will never, like, at least not now. He's not in the Kawhi talks. He's not even nowhere near. He doesn't like. He's so disrespected by a lot of people. It's so like weird, honestly. Like, why him? That's so weird. But bro, 23. He's giving you 20. Plays defense too. Bro, like what did you say last year? His ceiling is like what he is right now or something. So you're already wrong on that. RJ Barrett is going to be just fine, in my opinion, and he fits along like Luka perfectly. As we move on, bro.
I get it.
Don't get me started over here.
Yeah, but like, it's just funny. It's just funny.
Can we go over to the other side, the Phoenix Suns, and talk about how Chris Paul is literally dog shit?
All right, relax. The last two games.
Well, he's been dog shit the last two games, and you could say the last game was kind of unfair with these fouls that he was getting.
Bro, I know is that Rajon Rondo pieced this dude up, made him look like a fool. And
Chris Paul got a couple hits on Rondo too, bro.
Spinning his
face,
tried,
bro.
Honestly, bro.
He tried.
That's like
Rondo fucked him up, bro.
Punches him.
Rondo fucked him up. Let's not twist the story. But yeah, whatever. What was it? Yeah. He scored 7 points. Game 3, 5 points.
He had more turnovers than points. Chris Paul.
He was 7 and 7. That's crazy. I'll admit it. Listen, that's crazy. 7 and 7. Insane.
What did I say though? What did I say about the Mavericks? Jason Kidd, in terms of defense, it don't get much better than him, and especially Jason Kidd being a point guard. It's like a one-on-one like match right now. Him and Chris Paul going at it. So yeah, I mean, going back to Phoenix, like I said before, though, Monty Williams, no better coach and making like fucking changes and stuff like that for the next game. Monty Williams. We'll talk about him later in the awards. I mean, going back to Phoenix, like that's an easy W for me. But yeah, I said this series it doesn't start unless it goes back to Dallas, and now it's 2-2. Finney Smith is going off. Bertans is hitting shots. They got to bring down the road, and now we have a series. But as long as they just keep doing it at home, Phoenix will find a way to get one game in Dallas and close it out. They're just too good. You got Devin Booker, Chris Paul. Chris Paul's not going to be, that bad ever again, in my opinion. That's it.
You would hope.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Chris Paul. It's Chris Paul.
I think this series goes to 7. I have Dallas because you never know.
Yeah,
Game 7. It's about who. If your better players play, and I trust Luka Doncic in any Game 7, and it's tough. And I like Mavericks. I like their team. We said they're a weird team, but what they're doing is working. And if Chris Paul played a little bit better in the last 2 games, you could say probably Suns win those games. Devin Booker's been doing his thing. He's been playing defense. He's been trying at least, and he's been scoring. Devin Booker's great. Jay Crowder's been doing good. But yeah, it's gonna be tough, but we'll see. It's great. It's entertaining though. It's entertaining, and I'm hoping the Mavs win because I don't know. It's just I guess for like self something. I don't know. And
Something.
I think that rounds self something. But yeah, I think we wrapped up the playoffs.
Yeah, let's get into the awards.
NBA
I forgot
awards.
we were going to talk about that completely. But
Get into the awards. Obviously, now everything's been wrapped up. Everybody's been gotten their stuff. Couple shocks, couple not reallys, couple. We should expect that. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the 6th man of the year. Obviously, I mean,
Tyler Harris.
I don't really think there's not much of a discussion. I think Tyler Harris has been should have been the first unanimous 6th man of the year. If we're being honest,
Really?
I think a couple people gave. I think they gave Kevin Love like 2 votes, 3 votes, or something like that.
I thought Kevin Love had a great season coming off the bench. Almost giving you a double, shooting 40% from 3. He was great. Yeah. But Tyler Harris since day one has been favored to win a 6th man of the year. Boom, easy in the bag. Good for him. Even though he plays like starter minutes, like he plays like 36 minutes. Yeah,
but that's just how it's 6th man of the year. I mean, 6 man is now.
What I mean? Greg Popovich said it wisely. It's like, because obviously Ginobili. Fucking, he said like there's certain times when you just need that starter, but not with the starting unit. So, and that's pretty much what Tyler Herro was. Yeah. Like, that's the type of role that he had, and it works,
definitely,
bro. Like, that has worked. So.
Yeah, it definitely works for us, Miami. Number 1 seed this year. He's big part of that coming off the bench, bringing that like you said, you need that boost off the bench, especially with a like our bench is not really talented. The guy like Tyler Herro that could get his own bucket, can turn out take over games at some point with his playmaking, his mid-range shot. He's due for a big contract this summer. We'll see whatever happens with that. I don't think he's gonna get a lot from us, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even with the team next season. If we trade him for something, and it makes sense. I think his stock is at its highest right now. You go for one of those some disgruntled guy in Utah, if he ever wants to come to Miami, because we got that Dwayne Wade connection. You never know. But Ahmed, you know me, bro. I'm always out here recruiting. I think everybody's coming to Miami. It's just how it is. What it is. But who more perfect than Donovan Mitchell? Though,
Donovan Mitchell has been linked to the Knicks since day one, since he was probably in Louisville, and up till like 2 years ago, I would have took him in a heartbeat. But now, bro, like I'm not really like okay. I mean,
you look at the New York Knicks and say, "Damn, I would not take Donovan Mitchell."
Bro, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, like whatever it takes to get Donovan Mitchell."
Okay.
Oh,
can I ask you a question?
Whoa.
Let me stop there. Can I ask you a question?
Page, bro.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Would you trade RJ Barrett?
No, bro. I'm not trading RJ Barrett for Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. Even though Donovan Mitchell has already shown that he can drop 30 in the playoffs and do this, in my opinion, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Can I switch something up real quick? Can I? How old is Donovan Mitchell? 25 years old. Okay. So you wouldn't trade RJ Barrett for him? Okay, that's fine.
Well, like,
I think you're on crack. I think you need to be
like-
drug tested. I
like
think
straight up?
You're
He
Like,
was
straight up.
on crack.
bro, like straight up, straight up.
Obviously, you need to give up more because RJ Barrett, you're not just gonna get Donovan
straight
Mitchell,
up,
RJ Barrett.
straight up. I'm like, all right, yeah, like
Couple
you
picks.
have to do it. Like, of course you have to do it. You know, it's Donovan Mitchell. He averages fucking 25, 27. You have to do it. But bro, if it's RJ Barrett and 2 first-round picks, bro, I'm smacking the dog shit out of the GM of the fucking Utah Jazz. Get the fuck out of here. Go send him to Portland, bro. Get out of here with this shit. I'm good. I'm good on
This
that.
is. You see, this is a problem with Knicks.
No,
Knicks
it's not a
fans.
problem
This
with
is
Knicks fans.
big
What are you
ass
talking about?
problem.
This,
It's fine.
To be honest,
It's fine.
to be
It's
honest,
fine, it's
Steve, we're
fine.
talking
I'm saying
about
I'm
two
good.
first-round picks
I'm saying
here.
I'm good.
for a team that's in the lottery, probably.
What are you talking about?
The thing about it,
We're good. So
I mean, if they have Donovan Mitchell, they're probably in the playoffs, if we're being honest. The thing about that is, like, I'm not a big guy in picks because at the end of the day, you hope to you draft someone like Donovan Mitchell. That's the whole point of having picks. And when you get a guy like Donovan Mitchell, who's a star in this league,
Stop giving
and then
away
you're New York,
three.
you have Donovan Mitchell, you bring
assets,
people. Like I said, I don't think RJ Barrett is bringing anybody to New York. I don't think he's going to bring a Kawhi Leonard or just guys like that.
Doncic.
Superstar guys. Donovan Mitchell's Doncic is the New York, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You can pray and hope that Zion Williamson is going to come because they played in Duke. Like, that's never going to happen.
First of all,
I'm just saying.
bro, I never said RJ
That's
was
why
going
you
to do
get
that.
stars.
If you
I
see what
get
the Knicks
that,
are
but
doing
I'm
right
just
now,
saying,
they're clearly going through the youth and draft, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, but the
So
youth is not good
so
enough.
now if Donovan Mitchell, who has a great team around him, who has a top, who has a very good center with him and a good team, good coach, right? And he's had multiple chances to get the job done or at least get to the Western Conference Finals. John Carlos Stanton hits a bomb. Attaboy. He doesn't get it done. And he takes 30 shots to get 30 points. I'm good with that.
Can I ask you something? This season is a tough.
I know he's a Mets
playoffs,
fan.
right? Go look at his. I know he's a Mets fan. He's from fucking Nassau County or something. It's like fucking Long Island. Gives a fuck. Ain't New York, anyways. But like I said, when you look at Donovan Mitchell's statistics and his performance in the playoffs, my guy, stop it, bro.
He's
You can
literally one of
say
the
now this
all-time
season,
greats
that's
in the
fine.
playoffs.
But you can see he's kind of mad. But nah, my man, no. This guy in the playoffs gets it done. It's not his fault that they're fucking not making it to where they should be. It's not his fault. It's not. Maybe this season you can say, because you can say, he's taking these shots, he's taking bad shots, he's not moving the ball, he's not playing defense. That's fine. I get that. But look what he's done in the last couple playoffs. This guy's showed up.
He was horrendous.
I agree. But then you need to understand that there's probably something happening in the locker room. A lot of stuff's coming out that it's been like this all year that we're hearing about. There's probably somewhat of a, problem with him and the other star on that team. But we'll see. I think Donovan Mitchell, I would love in Miami. This guy's the closest player than Dwayne Wade in the league, to me, in my opinion. Obviously, he's got a better three-point shot and doesn't play defense, but I mean, they don't make him like Dwayne Wade anymore, so it's tough to be just like him. But
I just want to clarify. He's a great player. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
And if we can get him for a good deal, of course, Donovan Mitchell in the Garden, he's a great player. I would love that. But if it's for fucking RJ Barrett and 3 first rounders, bro, get out of here with this.
Yeah, no, bro.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I think, yeah, obviously you should keep with the youth movement, but at least in my opinion, because you need to understand this is just my opinion, and you can categorize me as a Knicks hater. I don't think RJ Barrett is good enough to keep and like say, oh, nah, we don't need Donovan Mitchell because we have RJ Barrett. It's like that shit, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's only Knicks fans that are gonna.
I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that either.
It's fine. That's good. We get it.
You're saying.
Let's get into the next one.
All right.
Let's get into the next one, Ahmed, because we could be all night if we're being honest. Most improved player of the year, shocking to me. I get it, but like, nah. John Morant, Ahmed. I can't approve of this. I think Jordan Poole. I think
people made a good argument where they said if you're a lottery pick, you shouldn't win it. I don't know if I agree with that too much.
Oh, honestly,
I think
most of the guys that do win it are superstars that do take to the next level. guys like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, you know,
I think it's bullshit.
Julius
Like,
Randle,
people were saying
never took the next step.
DeJounte Murray should have won it. I don't even think he should have won it. I think he was good enough last year to not have made that big of an improvement this year to deserve it. Same thing with fucking obviously John Morant.
Yeah, I agree.
The dude was a superstar already.
Yeah, but the thing about the Dejounte Murray, people just didn't really look at him. Didn't look at his year that he had. A lot of people just, it's the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs are not a very flashy team. They're not going to fucking make
Don't say anything
headlines.
about us being flashy. The NBA hates
But it's
us.
fine.
Yoni,
I get it because when you look at Miami, the Miami are like the Spurs of the East, the conference finals. They do the exact same thing for us. I mean, Tyler Hero finally winning Sixth Man of the Year. God bless. Bam Adebayo should have won Defensive Player this year, arguably last year. So it is what it is. It happens in Miami a lot. But John Morant, I think Jordan Poole, listen, this might sound crazy. I say this a lot. But Jordan Poole, I think 2 years ago, I think he was legitimately the worst player in the NBA. I really thought that. I say that a lot, but I said, someone that plays like enough minutes, he was literally the worst player in the NBA. And now this guy is fucking sensational to a point you can say that he's probably the second best player on that team. That's what happens
when you play with great players.
He's the second best player on the team. I agree.
So far.
But this guy is great. John Morant was already great. He became a MVP type guy this season. Could win it potentially. I get it. I said when I was introducing this thing, I get it. But I think Jordan Poole should have won.
By the way,
in my opinion.
Hold up.
By the way, let's not go exposing our personal picks too much because we're obviously going to do an NBA awards once the season ends, like normal people, because we take the playoffs into account. But
how about his teammate Desmond Bane, who went from a nobody pretty much to averaging 28 game on a very good team. How about Darius Garland taking that next step?
That's a great shout.
That's a good shout, man.
24 and 8. I mean, those guys, in my opinion.
But Darius Garland, low key. I was gonna say about Darius Garland in terms of Yoni, he was a lottery pick. You know what I mean? And look what he was.
No, but look, I don't necessarily.
Rookie was awful, sophomore, and this guy's just.
I don't necessarily agree with the lottery pick statement. But I do agree in the sense that, when you have a player like John Morant, a lottery pick, come and play good and then play better, he doesn't deserve it. Bro, I'm going to say it. Desmond Bane, not going to act like I've been following his season to the T, but that's more impressive to me and more of an improvement than someone who went from, 19 points per game to 25.
I'm going to give you
still a superstar.
That's a great point.
I'm going to give you 3 more names. Miles Bridges from the Hornets, who last year was averaging 12 points. Now he's averaging 20. Almost made the All-Star team. Probably the second best player on that team. Good shout. Anfernee Simons. I mean, he took the next step. Anfernee Simons is nasty. That dude can ball.
No, he's great.
That's a bad boy.
He plays like Damian Lillard. It's kind of crazy.
But for real, with that step back, it's the same exact thing I'm watching. How about Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey went from averaging 8 points last year. This year, I mean, second best player on a great Philly team.
On a great team.
And then also, bro, honestly, you can bring it back to Tyler Hero. Maybe he could have got this as well too, because last year he was not that good last year. A lot of Heat fans were like, all right, enough with this guy. This year, I mean, he pretty much led everything when it comes to bench. So he was sensational.
Damn, they put in their fucking
25 and 4.
And 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, they're down 31, but that's crazy. Sorry. I like Anfernee Simons. Something very interesting about him. He's a kid that came out. He didn't go to college. He came straight from high school. He took a year off. And that's pretty interesting. And it's pretty interesting to see how his development is this season, showing out what a talent he was. And, Portland can look at that and maybe think about Damian Lillard's future somewhat. So we'll see. He's a great player. I like how you pointed him out. That was good. That was a great fucking shout. I mean,
yep.
But let's get into the next one in terms of young players. Yep. In terms of next players, Kia Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. This is people on Twitter especially were kind of shocked about this, but I have no problem with this. I think he deserves it. Scotty Barnes, what a player he is. what a player he was and what impact he had on Toronto, which people were saying were going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA to make the playoffs, to give Philly some trouble. And
they were.
Yeah. And Scotty Barnes, great fucking player. People talk about Kate Cunningham and Franz Wagner, Evan Mobley. I love Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley, that guy, I love him a lot. He's going to be a
Jalen Green to end this season.
Guy can do it, bro. Jalen Green is great, and there's a lot of great players in this draft. But I think Scotty Barnes deserved it this year. Just my opinion. I don't know. What do you think about it, man?
I was shocked a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought because they all missed games, they were just gonna give it to Cade probably. But I mean,
yeah, I agree.
I don't know how many games Scotty might have missed, but I guess he didn't miss that much because in my opinion, I would have given it to Evan Mobley. I mean, biggest impact on a good team, like he is like a big future. Like he's a big step for that Cavs team. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of shocked. Cade, he played well, but he missed some time, and then he had some games when he didn't play well. Jalen Green struggled early on. But yeah, I mean, Franz Wagner, he was giving you 15 pretty much every game, but nobody watched the Magic. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
So
true.
Yeah, I mean, you have to average 25 to even have a chance. But yeah. Can't really argue with Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue, but I think Scotty Barnes deserves it. Let's get into the next one. Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to keep this fucking short and sweet. This motherfucker should not have won it. Marcus Smart. Stop this. Should have been Bam. Bam has been consistently the best defensive player in the year. Marcus Smart was not in the discussion. Marcus Smart was not in the discussion until Robert Williams fucking got hurt, in my opinion. So let's stop this bullshit about Marcus. Bridges is a great shot. Giannis is a great shot, but Bam deserved it this year. But it is what it is.
Bam deserves it every year.
And
I think the reason why,
at least get him 1 year. If Rudy Gobert can get it, why the fuck can Bam get it? Fuck.
Yeah,
bullshit.
The reason why they probably gave it to Marcus Smart because Celtics, I mean, second half of the season, they were best defensive team, and he was the face of that. So they probably gave it to him. In my opinion, Mikal Bridges should have got a great shout. If Draymond Green's healthy for the whole year, he probably gets it. And Bam is always going to be in the top 5. He'll probably never get it for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, I can't really argue Marcus Smart. The first
fuck out of here.
The first guard since Gary Payne, so it's a little historic fact. Good for him, though. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Fuck out of here. But like you said, second half of the season, it should have been Robert Williams, bro. Give a fuck, bro. Shit tilts me out, bro. Shout out my boy Bam. They hate it. It's all good, bro. Let's win a championship. Fucking defense player of the year. Before we get into the main one, Coach of the Year, Monty Williams. Yet again, Miami were robbed. Should have been Eric Spoelstra. They only gave it to Monty Williams because they didn't give it to him last year when he deserved to win it. Fucking makes no sense. NBA voters, media motherfuckers, you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. Eric Spoelstra, not even one Coach of the Year. Never. Fucking bullshit, bro. Number 1 seeded. Never.
That's crazy.
Fucking embarrassing. 2013, you should have won it. They gave it to fucking George Karl, bro. Fucking, they got bounced in the first round. So, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Good fuck. Let's win a championship. I don't know if you want to say anything much about this, Ahmed, because we still have the biggest one left to go.
Monty Williams is the best coach in basketball right now.
You're on massive drugs. You're crazy.
Right now, he's the best coach in basketball right now.
Eric Spoelstra been the best coach in the NBA since fucking for a while now. Barring Eric Spoelstra. Let's stop it,
bro.
Guys, I love Monty. Definitely top 3.
Talking about, bro.
Love him.
Like, relax. Stop being sensitive, bro. Bro, I don't have Eric Spoelstra outside my top 5. He's a great
I'm being
head
sensitive
coach.
and emotional because this is straight nonsense.
I always say, when we talk about
Miami, it's in front of your eyes. It's in front of your eyes. Look what Eric Spoelstra does with the talent that he had.
We talk about he's got a great team.
Before Jimmy,
he's got a good team.
Talent-wise, compared to everybody else,
they overachieved, but they were also healthy this year, unlike last year. Right? But hold on.
That's insane.
Every time we talk about that Miami Heat in any series, the first thing I always bring up Eric Spoelstra is always going to have the advantage over almost every coach. That's the first thing I always bring up. That's out of respect. So if he's not one, he's most likely two. If he's not two, he's definitely in the top three. That's how good he is. So show some respect. Monty Williams in the last 2 years has won 130 games. He's getting the job done. Went to the finals last year. Could do it again this year. And when you look at that team outside Chris Paul and Devin Booker, it's a lot of guys that okay, Mikal Bridges is playing well, Cam Johnson, guys like that, Jay Crowder. It's not oh my goodness. So he's getting the job done. As we move on, my opinion.
As we move on, because you're gonna literally, I'm gonna have a stroke on air on the podcast, but
there's really nothing to say, really.
You're just nonsense. MVP. A lot of discussion on Twitter, especially. A lot of people were like, this, that, throughout the whole season. Nikola Jokic, back-to-back MVPs. This is the fourth year a European player has won a MVP. Ahmed. That's crazy, right? Europeans, motherfuckers.
Oh, I mean, it's two guys. It's just the same two guys.
Two guys, yeah. But I'm just saying, but listen, they won MVP. And they fully deserved it. Yeah, but like I said, I think Jokic deserved it. I think with the way he plays the game, we've talked about this guy so many times, especially this season where Jamal Murray was out, Michael Porter was out. You look at that talent, got him to the playoffs. This guy is arguably one of the best players in the world, if we're being honest. They're not really ever going to give him that credit because, in the playoffs, they haven't really done as much. But this guy is great. What he's done this season, they say Embiid, because obviously everyone's going to talk about Embiid as the second guy that would have been there. I would have think he was the runner-up for sure. They say about Embiid does on both sides of the end and the court. I think Jokic is a very underrated defender. He's an underrated defender. Sure. People don't give him as much credit as
they should. Not as good as Joel Embiid, but he's not as bad.
Definitely not good. But like Joel Embiid has definitely stepped away from playing defense. If we're being honest, obviously he's focusing more on the offensive game. So he's not as good as he once was on defense because he's not really trying, but this guy can still defend. And yeah, I think Jokic deserved it. Yoni, Ahmed, I don't know what your guys' thoughts about it.
Listen, I mean, you would talk about Jokic being like one of the best players in basketball. Well, if the Nuggets had both Porter Jr. and Murray, I would have a hard time not picking the Nuggets making it to the finals. That's how good Jokic is. He's the real deal. If he's definitely in the top three best players in the world right now, along with Kevin Durant, and you can put Giannis, you can put whatever, guys like that. But he's the real deal. And I get it, when you watch him, he's just backing down, guys. Sometimes spinning around like a dead fish, bro. Just fucking looks. He's slow. He's not in the best shape. I get it. But he's giving you 30 and 15 and 6 on your head, and nobody can stop him. And then the playoffs, he gets even better. And if he has help, he's going to get to the Western Conference Finals minimum. That's how good he is. He's the real deal. So back-to-back MVPs, who would have thought? Jokic, that's crazy. I remember when they traded Nurkic away, I was like, damn, they traded Nurkic away for this guy Jokic? Look at that, bro. So he's the real deal, man. And obviously Embiid, bro, averaging 30, first center to do that since Shaq. He had a monster season. If he played every single game of the season, it would be hard to not give it to Embiid as well because he was for real. But Jokic, what he did without his two stars, still getting to the playoffs. Listen, it's tough, but I have no problem with Jokic.
Yeah, I would have no problem with Embiid winning, especially if he did play. But people saying that Jokic didn't deserve it is complete fucking bullshit. But give this guy the credit he deserves. Back-to-back MVPs.
There's always points in time where you can genuinely give an award to two people and just one person wins it over the other. And no, I'm not saying you give it to both. I'm saying both could have won it, and neither would have been a bad decision.
Yeah.
So,
what was it? Was it Grant Hill and Jason Kidd where they both?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like what? They've given two people MVP?
Yeah.
No.
That's stupid.
No. The co-rookie of the year.
Yeah,
never
co-rookie
still
of the year.
Not MVP. Crazy.
No. It was a rookie of the year. It was Grant Hill, Jason Williams. They literally have a photo together. Like,
Yeah, holding.
That's embarrassing. But I hate how everybody makes everything an upset. I mean, we've been talking about it like with UFC.
Seriously,
especially
man.
everything's always an upset when it doesn't go one way.
Jesus Christ.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, sometimes people deserve it and they don't win it because someone else deserves it more than them. That's it.
Yeah.
It's life. Fucking.
Or it could literally go either way. It could literally go either way, depending on how you view shit. We don't all view things
for sure.
The same criteria.
Yeah.
That was the last award, right?
Definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right,
so that wraps up the NBA.
Get her done.
Let me move us.
Let's go, hey baby. Got this win. Hype. Let's go down. Let's go down.
As expected, Robert providing the
undefeated.
The Miami
smoked them.
But
yeah, Robert, let me talk to you a little bit. I'll get your ass to Philly, my boy.
Let's move on to football. Let's talk first about Manchester United. We honestly haven't talked about them in a while. We're not gonna.
Are we actually gonna talk about Manchester United, or are you guys just gonna vent and just?
No. No venting.
Yes, okay. I'm gonna vent.
All right,
Tick's just
give me a second. I'm gonna use you back.
That's perfectly fine. Let Tiku vent for 40. Nah, but I want to say this though. Brighton, I was cheering them on, man. I'm not joking. Once I turned on the TV and saw 4-0, it's like we're not coming back. And in my mind, I'm like, punish these players as much as possible. First of all, nobody had a good game, in my opinion. That's number one. Number two, it's like, honestly, it might be good for us. Like, think about it. If we're not in Europa League or we're not in Champions League, but if we're not in Europa League and we're in Conference League, I don't want to go below Conference League. But if we're not in Europa League, because Europa League, our team values it as a real competition. Like, that's sad. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, but go to the Conference League and it's more so you could start your young players. You're not going to fucking injure Ronaldo by playing him in the Conference League. So I kind of do hope we drop to the Conference League. That's why I was really hoping Brighton would just destroy us. West Ham, I doubt they're going to get enough points. And I doubt we lose our last game. Unfortunately.
But I think in terms of goal differential, if West Ham win all their games, they're ahead of us on goal differential, which is funny because we lost 4-0 to Brighton. And that might be the reason why we don't even play no European football at all.
So,
listen, bro. You can bro, I don't care if it's the worst season ever. You cannot lose to Brighton 4-0, bro. And the way that Brighton played,
that's literally the worst team you could pick at us for.
What?
There's way more embarrassing defeats we've had this season.
No, but I'm saying, bro. But if you would have watched the game, and I'm pretty sure you watched the game, bro, it looked like prime Barcelona was playing against you guys, bro. Like easy passes, two passes, and they were in. So many chances. Oh my goodness, bro! I have no connection to the club, and I feel so bad. This is, bro, Manchester United. It's the same thing when I'm watching AC Milan finish 10th in Serie A and stuff like that. It bothers me, bro. Like clubs like this should never get embarrassed like this, bro. So, and also, bro, like last year at this time, it was such a different feel, right? What has really changed? Outside the manager. And the manager, like, you know, he wasn't no genius. So what has really changed? It's like, bro, Ronaldo coming in should only just help things so much. Bro, you have an absolute killer and a winner in that locker room, and it got worse. That means that people around him are just a bunch of soft ass, you know what, bro. A bunch of, I can't even say what I really want to say, bro. They're just soft, bro. No, I really want to say what I want to say, bro. So,
and maybe
obviously, when you look at the direction of the team where they're going, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously last season, you know, we know about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's there. He's a man manager. He's there to make everybody happy. He wasn't the most technically astute manager,
sir.
Technically, okay, bro. Not the best manager with tactics. Oh, we knew about that, but he was there to make everybody feel happy and this, that. So obviously with the talent we had, we stayed afloat, right? We were second in the league. Obviously, I think that's a very overrated second in the league because when you look at Liverpool, half their team was dead. When you look at Chelsea, they had half a fucking year with Frank Lampard. And once Frank Lampard got out, they went on to win the fucking Champions League. You had Spurs still recovering from a post-Pochettino, post-Jose team. You had a Arsenal that were fucking shit. And the only team that was actually relevant in any sense was Manchester City. And they went on to win the league. So people talk about, oh, we were second, but it's a very impressive second. I don't really think we fell apart, especially after the New Year's, where we were at one point top of the league, and then we fell apart right after that. So we went on to the Europa League. We sold there. We went to the FA Cup semifinals. We sold there. We do this. So I like to just say very overrated. Don't gas up that team that was last year, because clearly we look at this team this season when they had real expectations, when he had Ronaldo coming in, he had Varane coming in, he had Jadon Sancho coming in, when he had talent that you expect to win the league. And they shitted themselves, like straight up shit themselves when it really mattered. And obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked. And in my opinion, you guys know my opinion in what I thought about Ole throughout his career. I think he's a great guy. I think he was a solid manager. But in terms of United to actually win something meaningful, something big, he was never going to be that guy. He was never going to be that guy. It made sense for the Glazers to keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was a club legend, who would keep them in the Champions League at least, who would just a nice guy, make everything run smoothly. We never really had real with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it would always be about next year. They would say, all right, if we get this guy, maybe next year. And now we would keep doing that. We'd keep Champions League. And we would have kept Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for many years if the Glazers got what they want. But they didn't, because the fans can see through that bullshit, bro. Obviously, I'll say this about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he needed a CDM. I think let me not say CDM because some people might get mad. DM. I would love to see what would happen if we did get a DM. Obviously, I don't think we would win the league. We'd probably be better. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would still be the manager right now. But obviously, he was never given the opportunity. But when you brought in Ragnick, I said it, Yoni, you remember, it was not about this year. I think the day we brought Ragnick, it was about next year. And it's about looking at the team.
Yes.
Obviously, I would love to be in Champions League.
But the problem is, like, you cannot smear your name and just, I mean, bro, the fans are chanting. You're not, like, you can't.
That's it. That's up to the players.
You don't deserve to wear the shirt.
That's
you don't
the
deserve
players.
to wear the shirt.
That's not the manager. And when Ragnick, the reason why I love Ragnick, even though I think he's not been at his best technically, because first of all, he's an interim manager. What the fuck do you want him to do? You want him to change the club, how we play this, that in 6 months? He doesn't even know half of these players. He doesn't have a preseason. He doesn't know these guys. Especially with a new manager, it makes no sense to change up the team and then bring in a new manager. So people are saying, oh, Ragnick is a fraud. He's a this, that. Like, what the fuck do you want him to do? Obviously, with the talent we have, we should be better. Fine. We get that.
That's fair.
But now we have to look at the players. This guy, Ragnick, is not going to hold your hand. He has this. He's like, we're going to play a certain style. If you're not good enough,
letting them burn.
That's it. You're not good enough. He's letting them burn. I have no problem with that. Because these players are not that. Because the thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that it's smart because they're exposing these guys for what they are. They're not good enough. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, listen, I'll say this about him. He did a good job of covering up a couple weaknesses of teams, which as a manager, you should. That's what good managers do. But they're not good enough to have their weaknesses hid or covered away. They're not good enough. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, not good enough. Maguire, not good enough. McTominay, not good enough. I'm sorry. There's a lot more players. But that's just the only guys that I can come up to my mind. I can come to my mind right now. And when you have Ragnick, he exposed them. He knows he showed to the fans. They know which players are not good enough. And we have next year, obviously, with Ten Hag. If we buy into him and we give him absolutely everything that he wants, and you have Ralph Ragnick can have his thoughts actually heard, and you have maybe a guy like Paul Mitchell who's recommended to come in, who talks about him coming. If you got a guy like him, and you have guys like Dan Fletcher that's footballing guys actually being given the opportunity to bring in players, to bring in managers, to bring in this, that. I think Ten Hag is that guy. It's going to take a while. I'm okay with being shit for 2 years or 3 years or whatever. If it
That's
means
what
we're
you
back.
say, bro. That's
And
what
if
you
we have
say. That's what you say, and then you're watching Liverpool win a double again, and then you're watching Man
Yes, it
City
sucks,
just add on.
but
Well,
it's
that's
our
happening anyway.
fault. It's our fault. What can we do? It's our fault that this is happening.
All right, hold up.
That's why
Let
I'm
me say
telling
something.
people, fine, they go do this, they do that. Ten Hag's the guy. I love that guy.
Let me say
But
something.
Go ahead,
Let me say
Yoni.
something.
I think I said the most I can.
I don't even remember what I was going to say. I think, you said Ralph Ragnick, it was always going to be about next year. I think with Ralph Ragnick, it was always about the years before him and getting rid of the trash and getting rid of the clutter that was already in the club so that next year can be all Ten Hags from the start. I don't think Ragnick was thinking about next year at all. I think he was in there thinking, what garbage can I get rid of? Obviously, he's somewhat thinking about replacements. But what we're seeing from United, a lot of people are saying, oh, United's slow in the transfer window. We're not hearing rumors. Maybe there's no more leaks. I don't know about that. I think it's more so we just haven't started shopping because Ragnick is telling the Glazers, who the fuck are you giving your money to? You don't even have a coach.
Yeah.
Right? And Ten Hag is calling
sense.
his players 2 weeks earlier from summer vacation, which is obviously a sign.
Oh my God.
That, first of all, they don't deserve that vacation.
He's ready to get to work.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
He's ready to get to work.
Well, he has to clear them
about
out.
Ten Hag, this guy don't give a fuck. Ten Hag does not care about anybody, nobody's feelings.
And
I think I heard it from Donny van de Beek. I seen videos of him yelling at his teammate, and he shouldn't. Who the fuck are they? Who are these players that say anything?
Bro,
that's the problem with United. We gave too much power to these fucking players that don't fucking deserve it.
Exactly, bro. They haven't won nothing, and they're going around with their chest out, but guys like Marcus Rashford, Paul Pogba, you guys have done nothing. You have done nothing,
literally.
Especially
it's Ragnick. It's Ragnick and Ronaldo. Like they look at each other every day in these practice sessions, and I guarantee you, they're saying like, "What is wrong with these players?" That's the rumors. Like Ronaldo and Ragnick are fucking telling these players, "Yo, yeah."
And Sancho,
but bro, back to Ten Hag. It's like he wants those 2 weeks also because he wants success next year. Do I think we'll achieve it? No. But do I think he wants it next year? Absolutely. I think he's aiming for next year's success. And we'll see.
That brings you to my next question, though. So next year, what's like outside top four? Bro, next year with this squad, in my opinion, hold up. Look at what Arsenal did, right? You said like just getting all that trash out. Bro, Arsenal last year got all the Hector Bellerin, Socrates, like that left back. What was his left back? That bum left back that was on that team for a while.
Kolasinac or something. Kolasinac.
Off. Get him off. All these dead contracts, dead weight. You gotta get him off. Paul Pogba's coming off. Guys like this.
A lot of guys.
You gotta find out who's who and who's not. And I think obviously it's been like hard, losing 4-0 to Brighton, getting torched by your main rival, fucking Liverpool. It's tough. But if it means that, like now it's a team full of winners and a team full of guys who actually want to win, then maybe it's gonna be worth it. And I also, 2-3 years is too much in my opinion. You look at Arsenal last year; they were awful. This year, they're in the top four. It's honestly, next year I could easily see United third or second with the squad they have.
Honestly, if we would have kept Ole, I think we finished top four this season.
Top four this year, probably.
That's not like to defend Ole, but
probably.
that would happen.
Probably, I agree.
Season. Probably third.
That would only.
But you hear what I was saying.
Exactly. Going back to his point, that would only just buy more time, and then it's the same shit ever.
Yeah. I'm not saying you should have kept Ole, but my point is, since I think we could have finished top four this year, next year we could definitely finish top four, top three, maybe even top two.
That has to be the goal.
I don't want us to push for the title. Optimistic. Listen, come August, I promise you, on episode whatever the fuck we have, I'm gonna say United's going for the treble, as I always do.
But honestly, bro, you gotta stop saying that because every time you say
the treble with the Conference League,
they just don't win a trophy.
I know, but it's just so fun to say.
Yeah, he need to stop that shit. Like that's he's right. Fucking stop.
Listen, it was a good fan. It was a good fan. Hopefully, you guys got some things off your chest. But let's get to the big boys of Manchester. the brighter side of Manchester, the blue side. They were in the news today.
The little
After
brother,
a long saga, they finally bring.
little
I mean,
Cité,
a guy. What?
little Cité,
Sitze.
the little brothers,
Sitze.
the little brothers.
They
They can do whatever they want. Still got a long time to go.
I mean, bro, like outside Imape, this is the guy every club wanted. I know my club, they can deny all they wanted. They wanted him until those Asian fees came in and stuff like that. Then it's impossible. Barcelona wanted him. Real Madrid wanted him. He decides, I'm gonna go to Man City. I'm gonna go to England, the Premier League, the biggest money, the biggest eyes. Erling Haaland is a Manchester City player. What are your thoughts as guys who have to watch this now? Watch this guy probably score like the fourth or fifth goal when they're beating you guys 5-0. How is that gonna feel now?
Are you prepared? This is not even a hot. Like, I'm not even being a douchebag and giving my stupid hot takes that I usually do. I'm telling you fully honestly, like, this is serious me right now. Haaland will be a good striker. He is not going to be Haaland though at City. He's not going to be Haaland. He's not going to be 50 goals. I'm sorry. Haaland is a 50-goal striker, 50-goal-a-year striker. He's a Lewandowski. He's a Ronaldo. He's not going to do that at City. He'll get, I'm going to say, probably maximum 30, assuming he's not playing League Cup and
30,
FA Cup.
30 in the whole season.
The whole season, Prem and Champions League, probably around 30 to 40 max. Because
that might give him the Ballon d'Or.
No, if that gets in the Ballon d'Or, then that's
35 goals and they win the Champions League, and he's a top scorer in England. The Ballon d'Or is his, bro. You know
can't
that
be top scorer in England with Mo Salah in there with 35 goals in all competitions.
He's got 22 right now. Relax. He's got 22. He scored 30.
And he's had a horrible season.
1 year.
And he's had a horrible second half of the season. So,
bro, Harry Kane in his best season was giving you 25, and Harry Kane's the best striker in England.
Harry Kane was cutting close to 30. Haaland's going to score 25
every year.
Maybe, but Ronaldo's giving me 18 at fucking 37 years old.
That's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, I know, but Haaland is the next generation. Straight up,
okay, listen,
it's not going to be as good as people think it's going to be.
Bro,
it's not going to fit as good as it should fit. It's not going to be De Bruyne crosses and hopes Haaland's in the box. That's not going to happen, bro. That's not going to happen. It's going to be Pep Guardiola waving his hands like the wizard he is, telling Haaland to fucking do a tricycle flip, and Haaland's going to be like, what the fuck? Haaland's going to jump ship. I hope people know this. Let's say Haaland is a world-class striker for 3-4 years, and I'm wrong.
Well, the dude hasn't even played one game yet.
So
you just sound like a guy who's a Manchester United fan. It's okay, bro. It's okay. No, like imagine like, you know, it's tough. I get it, but bro, especially as a Bayern Munich fan, as a team that creates so many chances, and you have a any type of world-class striker, he's banging in 30 goals minimum. So that's minimum 30 goals
in all comps.
In all comps, 30 goals minimum.
It's not good enough.
Minimum, right? You had Raheem Sterling one year was almost scoring 20 goals in the fucking Premier League. You don't think Erling Haaland, bro, is gonna give you 20 to 25 goals if he stays healthy? If he's healthy, he's giving you 20 to 25 goals. Easy. Man City, they dominate the ball too much. There's too many chances. He's gonna have three really good chances per game, and he's gonna score at least one almost every other day. So it's like with Lewandowski, bro. He gets the job done. They're paid to do that, and he's getting paid money to do that. That's his job. He's a striker. But and Man City, this is exactly what they need. I mean, bro, like, you know, we talked about this for a while. An out and out number 9. This is exactly what they need, in my opinion. So, bro, I get it. It's tough. If he was going to Manchester United, you guys would have been like, "Oh, yo, this is the next fucking Ballon d'Or winner and all this stuff." For sure, bro. Like, you
still be a Ballon d'Or winner, just not at City. It's not gonna work.
But bro, he's going to Man City with Pep. He's in great hands.
Yeah, bro.
And bro, it's shocking. It's shocking because he went to the smallest club out of all of them, but it might be the best fit for him because as long as Lewandowski's there,
in theory,
there's no fit for him.
Yeah, definitely in theory, you would say. Obviously, you know, on paper, in theory, I mean, you look at Manchester City. Oh, they make so many chances. Oh, Lewandowski's fucking clinical as fuck. Blah blah blah. It makes sense, but I'm gonna have to agree with Yoni as a Manchester United fan. I'm gonna have to agree. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a complete flop because when you look at the guy's talent, we know what he is, what he can do. I think when you look at his age and his goal scoring record, and just the way he the presence on the pitch, this guy, he's a goal whenever, wherever, and he's talented, super talented. So I'm not gonna say he's gonna just be a fucking nobody. He's gonna score goals. He's gonna score goals. But in terms of what his, like Yoni says, in terms of his ability, he's not going to do as much as he can. And that's because of Pep Guardiola, in my opinion. I think Pep Guardiola likes to overthink stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in a fucking semifinals of the Champions League and they fucking play Raheem Sterling as striker or some fucking stupid shit like that. Because that's what Pep Guardiola does. And there's gonna be games like that. There's gonna be games where he's gonna score a lot. And I think I brought it up before. I think another reason why he's not gonna be as good as people think he is because of his injury record. I think his injury record is pretty worrying at his age. Obviously, this season has been pretty bad. You could say last season, seasons after that, not really. But at 23, 22 years old, however old he is right now, to have picked up 3 muscle injuries. And I tell people, those shits linger for your whole career, let alone just now. And having back to back, it's worrying. It's worrying, especially when you go to a league that's more physical. It's not going to be like the Bundesliga where he's going to have empty space, open space, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Bro, my God, this is, bro.
But I don't want to get into the Bundesliga discussion.
The Bundesliga is not some cakewalk day, bro. You go in there and you score 5 goals.
Yes,
bro.
It is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bro, there's so much, bro. You could look at it. There's so much space to do stuff.
Can we not have this argument? Can we not?
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, bro.
Fine.
Lewandowski,
I'm not gonna have
any great player. He would score 30 in any league because that's what great players do.
I'm not gonna say Haaland. Fine, Ahmed. I'm not gonna say Haaland's gonna have fucking like he's still gonna score goals. Because one, he's a fucking talented player, regardless as a striker. If you're clinical
hold on.
And your positioning is great, I think you're gonna score goals.
I think Yoni in his head, he's going to England, bro. He's gonna barely crack 15. You out of your fucking mind.
I did not say that.
No,
I did not say that, and I didn't say because of England.
But
if you stick Man City in the Bundesliga, swap out fucking the 20th place team. I don't care. The 19th, sorry, because I know they don't have whatever or 21st. Stick Man City in the Bundesliga
in the season.
Yeah, because Bundesliga is light work. No, because he's still not going to score as many as he should. No, he's still not going to score as many as he should.
I disagree, Yoni. I disagree, Yoni. I agree and I disagree because I think it's not going to work in terms of personalities. I think Haaland's a very.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's an England issue. It's a Pep Guardiola issue.
When I look at Haaland, he reminds me of Zlatan. And I remember when Zlatan was on Barcelona. And his personality, if you have a big personality, Pep doesn't like you. We know about that. And I think Haaland's a guy like that. And he's going to come there. He's going to try and do his own thing, trying to be the main guy, and Pep's not going to like it. So that's going to be an issue. I think Haaland's injury record is going to be an issue. I think Pep sometimes overthinks stuff, and that's going to be an issue. But I agree with Ahmed. He's still going to score goals just because of his talent and just because Manchester City makes so many chances.
Bro.
He's going to score goals regardless. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
It goes back to Lewandowski, bro. Lewandowski, this guy is such a sicko in the head about scoring goals that I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. He's fighting with his teammates to lay him like the ball, and we've already won the league. He just, bro, it doesn't matter for him. He just wants to score goals and he wants to be the main guy in the team, right? Even though on a team like Bayern Munich, it's not about one guy; it's about the whole team. Same thing with Man City. But when you're scoring goals, you feel like the main guy. And Man City, that's perfect. Pep doesn't care. Like fucking Haaland, he's not gonna care if he's scoring goals. And Man City, they create chances. They give Raheem Sterling chances. Riyad Mahrez as a winger is giving you 25 goals a season. Trust me on this, bro. Man City will create chances, and he's gonna be happy until he's not, and then in 2025, 2026, he'll come to Bayern Munich, as he should.
Okay. Ahmed, I believe you had a top 5.
I don't think he's going to stay long term anyway.
I do have a top 5, and it is about this exact topic. That's why I want to keep it here. Let me get it out for you guys. It's a little.
Remind us
it's
of
not
how
as
top
hard.
5 works while you're trying to pull it up.
Top 5 signings from abroad, right? So
Okay.
let me explain. It's gonna be hard to explain, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me explain. It's going to be hard to explain. Maybe a year.
It's gotta be all right. So it's gotta be a player. Say he goes to England, right? He obviously can't be from England. He's gotta be from a different country. He's coming to this country and he absolutely takes over. But he also can't be from the country. So if it's like some English player, right? And he's playing like Sancho, right? He's English, but he's playing in Germany. If he comes to England and he takes over, it doesn't matter because he's English.
Okay.
So it has to be a guy who's not from that country. Does that make sense?
I understand. Yes.
I mean, Tico's looking like I'm speaking Chinese over here, bro.
Tigo, what are you confused about?
No,
They
no,
cannot
no,
be English
just go.
and they cannot be from the Premier League. Very simple.
But
Okay. So
but it's not just that league. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't be French and then also from Ligue 1. You can't be German, right?
Okay.
Right? If
We're
Leroy
not
Sané,
doing just Prem. We're doing
no,
top 5
no,
foreign
yeah,
signings
every league. But every league, right? So if Leroy Sané goes back to Germany and now he wins 3
Yes,
Champions
okay.
League, one of the best
Can I
players of all
ask you a
time, still
question?
won't count because he's
Can I
German.
ask you a question?
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Can they have been signed as a youth player or were they signed post youth? So like I'll give you an example. We'll start with this, I guess, if you want to. Messi. Can he count?
Messi, what Messi going to Barcelona? No, that don't count.
No.
Because in my opinion, he's
Okay.
from that
Okay,
academy.
good. Okay, I agree with you there.
All
All right. I'll let Tiku go first.
right, here we go.
So
Top
your
5 signings from abroad.
Signings from abroad.
Okay. Mo Salah.
Mo Salah is not on this list, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a horrible guess.
He doesn't
I will
make
start.
the list.
I will
There's
start.
too many talent on here.
Neymar is 100% on the list.
Honestly,
You
I
didn't
forgot
put him
about
on the
Neymar.
list. Wow.
I forgot about Neymar,
Okay.
bro.
All right.
But
Okay.
honestly, no, I mean, I don't even think Neymar would make this list because he probably didn't spend enough time at Barcelona, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, so
All right.
far that's a good start. Neymar does make sense though. That Mo
Okay.
Salah,
Tiku.
it makes sense too.
How?
Mo Salah, honestly.
Nah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I
he
don't think Mo
does
Salah
make
would-
sense.
He does
Nah,
make
How many
sense.
goals did he have the first year he came?
Yeah,
He's
taking
it,
over
it
the
makes sense,
fucking
but he doesn't
This
crack
guy's
my
fine.
top 5.
It's a Mets personal top
Cristiano-
5. This
Yeah,
is-
yeah. Honestly, bro,
It's
yeah,
fine.
that's
Fine.
that. It's also my top 5 personally.
Yeah.
So let me think of Bayern players. Hold up. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is number 1. I mean, he's the greatest player of all
Oh,
time,
that's
arguably.
so bad.
He's the perfect definition of this list. A player coming from Portugal, and honestly, this honestly makes even more because he's going to Spain. He's obviously Portuguese, going to Spain, taking over the league, winning Champions League, scoring all these goals.
Can I ask you a question, Ahmed?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I thought about that too. But do you take into account Ronaldo going to Italy?
Ronaldo going
Because he-
honestly,
I mean,
honestly, no,
in
honestly,
England,
that was-
what about
that was
England,
two-
man?
That was 2
And
seasons.
England.
That's not enough for
Coming
me.
back.
That's not enough for me. He won a Ballon d'Or as a Manchester United player and a Ballon d'Or as a Real Madrid player. He was clearly in his prime. So that was and he's still
I
very
got a
good
good
right
one.
now.
I got a good one.
It's fine.
Right? My Wayne Rooney to DC United, baby. Woo! No, I'm just playing.
That's honestly
Bro, honestly,
number 1. I mean,
I know for sure that you don't have any MLS signings there, but there's a couple of them that could definitely make that list.
Do you?
Yeah,
definitely.
Andre Pirlo, Steven Gerrard,
Beckham, Gerrard.
Beckham.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan.
Yeah, those are
Serious?
major because they also propelled the fucking sport of
Definitely, yeah.
football in the United States. Okay, serious
Soccer.
guess now.
Keep going, though. Keep
Serious
going.
guess.
So we got Cristiano Ronaldo, who's number 1 on my list. You still got to get 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Jeez. This is
Wow,
tough.
yo, this is genuinely.
Come on, bro. Just think about the best players who's ever played in the league.
Yeah, I got you. Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry, number 2, the best Premier League player in history, in my opinion. Thierry Henry,
wrong.
coming from, where did he come from? Juventus, was it? No. Where did he come from, bro?
Yeah, I think Juventus.
From Juve to Arsenal?
Monaco.
Regardless, French player. coming to
Monaco.
Arsenal.
Yeah, it was Monaco, I think.
regardless, French player coming to Arsenal.
But again, a French player absolutely taking over. I mean, he was
Juve.
like by and far the
Monaco,
best
Juve,
pure
Juve,
talent in the Premier League at that time. And then now,
After Rooney.
in hindsight, I still think he's the best Premier League player of all time. What he's done
After
there,
Rooney.
probably should have won a Ballon d'Or at his time in Arsenal. Didn't win a Champions League, but obviously won a lot of things with Arsenal. Thierry Henry, perfect. Frenchman taking over the Premier League. Let's go to number 3, 4, and 5. So we got 1 and 2 in perfect order.
I think that is like my first time getting a top 5.
Actually get it. I mean, it's not this hard, bro. This is
Let's
like
go.
Congratulations.
keep going though. Keep
The
going.
floor is yours.
Who would Ahmed put? Riyad Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez does not make the list. It's a good shout. I mean, bro, in terms of who has one of the all-time
Not a
greats,
good shout.
Riyad
I was
Mahrez,
joking.
what he's done,
I
and
was literally
Nobody.
There you go. I just thought
nobody can say what about that 2016 season. That's him. That's Jamie Vardy. That's all them. That's fantastic. Finishing 7th in the Ballon d'Or one year. This year, he's going to finish in the top 5. One of the best players in the world, Riyad Mahrez. It's a good shout. He doesn't make this list. I mean, Mo Salah don't make the list. Riyad Mahrez don't make the list. But
Riyad Mahrez was number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let him.
he's a good player, though. Fantastic player. Keep going, though.
honorable mention, right? To be legit, I would say Zlatan Ibrahimovic going to
No.
League On.
Zlatan
No.
does not make this list.
Wow.
Nobody
I
cares
just
about
had a
League
name
On,
in
in
mind.
No League On players on this list. Sorry. Sorry to break the news.
He brought him back by himself, like that whole league. That was a nothing
but-
league before he went to PSG.
Can you let me think, man?
Still is, but
Come on, bro. There's one guy in the
it's
there's
difficult. You'd
There's
be
one more
surprised,
guy
man.
in the Premier League. That, I mean, at this point, you guys should know. Coming from abroad.
You know who I'm gonna say it because I was thinking of it and I can't get it out of my mind. I was thinking of Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard, I saw when I was making the list. He's not better than the guy that's on the list, in my opinion. I mean, what this guy did is he's one of the all-time greats. He's literally one of the all-time greats. Like, you cannot deny that. That's it. I mean, and for what he means to this club, he's everything.
The guy you're talking about,
Yeah.
or you're just talking about Hazard? And are you?
No,
talking about
I'm
Hazard.
I'm talking about the guy who's on the list.
the person. Means a lot to a club. I mean, hey,
I think I have an idea, but
say about a lot of people. I don't know. I was gonna say Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne did not make the list, unfortunately.
Interesting.
Same
Oh,
team,
shout.
same team. Sergio Aguero.
Sergio Aguero, number 3.
Ooh.
What is he, like, number
a
2 or
good
3
shout.
all-time in scoring in the Premier League? For what he means to Man
That's
City,
a
he
good
is
shout.
the best player in Man City history up to this point.
That is a good shout, Yoni.
He means everything to them. And Sergio Aguero, one of the all-time great players in the Premier League, coming from Atletico, Argentinian talent, taking over. Sergio Aguero, number 3. So you guys have got 1 in order, 2 in order, 3 in order. 4 and 5 are going to be impossible. Well, 4 you should get. 5 is going to be impossible. That's my boy.
All right, give us a
Impossible.
hint. Give us
Can
the
you
leagues.
Yeah,
give us
a
the
hint.
leagues.
Give us a hint.
This guy, he went from
No, don't tell us where he went from. Just give us the leagues for now. And then if we can't get it,
honestly, one guy, he took over 2 leagues, but in 1 league, La Liga. Honestly,
okay,
Serie
and the
A,
other
Serie
guy,
A.
and the other guy, and the other guy.
Serie A, and the Bundesliga.
I have a good one. I think you kind of gave it up, but I think this is a good one. If he's not top 5,
Go ahead,
honestly,
go ahead.
this is crazy. Maybe he doesn't have the consistency or the time spent there, but Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez is on what? In the Premier League?
Yo,
That's a
Wow.
very
Premier
good shout.
League.
That's a very good shout. And
Spain.
I'm not going to lie, I missed that one. I don't know if he...
wow.
No, if this is my top 5, I don't know if he would have cracked my top
I get
5,
it.
but that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Because when you talk about 2 leagues, I mean, I get it because Luis Suarez
Especially in the
didn't spend
Premier
a lot
League.
of time, at least in the Premier League. But the way he came in, he by himself almost took him to a fucking Premier League title,
Yeah.
Liverpool. And then he
Very
went to
Liverpool.
Barcelona. It was like arguably the best striker in the world.
He
So
was the best striker in the world
I think it's a good
at,
shout.
in the time.
I think it was a good strike.
Number 4 and 5 still out there. So number 4, he, in my opinion, did his best work in Serie A, and then the 5th guy, one of my favorite all-time players, sensational, Bundesliga legend.
All right, so it's me, right?
One guy.
I'm gonna throw out the name. I'm gonna just say Lewandowski.
Lewandowski does not make the list. I mean, he came from Poland, and he also played for Dortmund, so he was already
that's
there.
what I was thinking.
He's already
Oh
there.
fuck, you're right. He wasn't.
So
really-
you
on,
said
bro, come
Syria, La Liga.
Bro, think of the all-time great players. Number 4. All-time great players. Coming from, all right, I'll give you a hint. Coming from Ligue 1, going to Serie A and doing absolute work. One of the all-time great players. I believe won a Ballon d'Or at his time in Juve, I believe.
I don't know. This could Juve. Oh. Now that's
What?
tough now.
I believe, I'm pretty sure
Is this
he won a Ballon
Zidane?
d'Or.
This
during
has to
his
be
time.
Zidane. This has to be Zidane,
Zidane
right?
is number 4. I mean, come on, bro. One of the all-time great players. My Algerian brother.
I get
Come
it.
on now, bro. Another Algerian gangster. Zidane.
Get it.
Any league he went to, he was
Zidane's
one of the best players, if not the best player in the league.
For sure.
Also,
For sure.
also a guy who did not make the list, but Ronaldo de Lima. I mean, Ronaldo, like he is like if he was healthy, in my opinion,
Brazilians, man.
having watched him, if he's healthy, he's the best player of all time. That's how good Ronaldo is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. I just want to say, especially in terms of this list, my number 1 would have definitely been Neymar because he straight up came from like abroad, like straight
Yeah.
abroad.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it's
But yeah,
but
let's
again,
fine. We'll let it
it's my
ride.
list, and I also, bro, I totally forgot
Neymar's a
about
good
Neymar.
shot.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Number 5, Bundesliga
Number
legend,
5,
which only means that he only played for one team. Come on now, bro.
I don't know.
I love the
I
internet.
don't know.
He
Because
also
you
he
have your
also
team
came
full
from
of
Lyon.
Nazis, bro.
He also came from the French league. At that point,
Yeah,
come
I
on.
mean, yeah. Have you? But like, obviously, it's Bayern. Obviously,
Oh,
it's Bayern, right?
wait.
It has to be Bayern.
Is it
Came
Ribery?
from French.
Frank Ribéry, my
Hey.
part Algerian brother. Also, I mean, bro, I'm just out here with these guys. Frank Ribéry, I mean, one of the
That's 3-2 for me.
He's just should have won a
win.
Ballon d'Or in 2013. He's top 3 my favorite players of all time. Frank Ribéry, at his best, was truly like outside Messi. There was no better footballer with the ball in his feet. At his best, he was sensational. Frank Ribéry cracks the top 5, coming from Marseille to Bayern, becoming a German legend, to becoming an absolute football legend. Also,
Absolutely.
guys who don't make the list, obviously Neymar and stuff like that. I missed out. I said Ronaldo, Arjen Robben, coming from Chelsea,
Robin.
or I believe,
Yeah, I was
I believe
actually-
coming from Real Madrid, to
Yeah.
Bayern Munich. Drogba.
Drogba, I thought about him. I thought about him.
He was in my head too. When I said Hazard, I was like maybe Drogba, but
Drogba, I mean, it was hard to keep him out. He, obviously even Drogba, fuck that guy, but it's all good. Patrick Vieira, one of the all-time great midfielders in the Premier League history. I believe he came from a different club as well. I don't know where he came from, but he came from abroad. So Patrick Vieira, but yeah. Number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo. Not much to say. Thierry Henry, the best player in the Premier League history. Sergio Aguero, the best striker in Premier League history in recent time. Zidane,
really
one of the
hate
all-time
Simpsons, man.
one of the all-time great players, and Frank Ribéry, a Bundesliga legend, one of the all-time best wingers, and just a fantastic ball player.
I would
so
like
yeah,
to take
that's
this
my top
opportunity
5.
to say if you think Aguero is a better striker than Rooney all time in the Premier League.
No,
stop
I said
watching football.
recent time.
Oh, okay.
No,
Allow it, fam. Allow it.
crazy.
I would say
Bro,
I'm
bro,
a lot more respect.
You know what's crazy about you,
for Mo
Yoni?
Salah, in my
You
opinion.
know what's crazy about
What?
you? I'm actually a bigger Wayne Rooney fan than you. That really,
You're not,
bro. I
but-
really am.
You're not-
I really
I
am.
promise you, Ahmed, you're not, bro.
Bro, I get it.
Promise
He has like posters in his room. That's a little weird, okay? But like, bro, when Wayne Rooney was doing his work, like bro, he was top 3 best players in the world when he was at his best. Top
Yeah.
3 best players in the world, and I've always said
Yeah.
that. But
behind
you,
the goats. Behind the goats.
you have him top 5 of all time.
I don't.
That's where
I
it's a
don't
little
have him
weird.
top 5 all time.
As
I don't
we
have
move
him top 5 all time.
on. Now you don't. After I smacked
You
you.
could have been.
But Ahmed, take us straight from your top 5 to the UFC. Let's run through these quickly.
UFC, let's get it done. Let's get it done quick. UFC. I think before we even talk about the night, Saturday night, we gotta talk. Shout out to the King Khabib. We gotta talk about what happened. I believe, Friday morning. Charles Oliveira does not make weight. He is, pretty much stripped of the belt there. Only Justin can win the belt, and it's just, we could talk about the 0.5 and this and that. I'm tired of that already. He missed weight. It's over. He's still the champion, obviously. Everybody still thinks of him as a champion. Like, same shit as like the Al Quinto and Khabib fight. But now let's talk about the fight. You guys want to start with the main event? No. Let's work our way up.
Let's work our way up.
Work our way up. Bad news. The Cowboy Cerrone and Joe Lozon.
Yes. I jinxed this
fight.
card, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
Tony
But
jinxed
remember
it.
last week's
Tony
episode when I was
absolutely
like, skip these
piece
two
of shit,
fights?
bro.
I apologize.
What a piece of shit.
I should have said no. You know why I apologize? Because I should have said skip 5, 4, and the fucking female fight because that shit was whack too. So
you're a piece of shit, Yoni. Sorry, bro.
I apologize.
So the first fight, the main card was bumped up, and it was Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams, and the fact that this went 3 rounds, kind of surprised, but it was a good fight to start off. Shogun Rua versus OSP. Shogun Rua doesn't get knocked out, doesn't get finished, so good to see that he goes, and also at the end also thinks he won. That was pretty sad. Let's get to the big boys. First real big fight of the night: Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Oof! Oh man! That was tough, man. Tony Ferguson, the first round, knocks down Michael Chandler. Even after Michael Chandler took him down, it was Tony Ferguson was landing most of the stuff. He was cutting him up from the elbow. So Tony Ferguson won the first round. 17 seconds in the second round, I even have my phone on, like my reaction. I knew something was about to happen, and I had my reaction live to that knockout. It's one of the craziest knockouts of all time. Michael Chandler becomes the first guy to really put Tony Ferguson out. Slept him bad, front kick to the face. Out goes Tony Ferguson, and it's sad. A lot of people are saying Tony Ferguson should retire. I think me personally, bro, like if he's mentally good, he should still fight because he's got a lot of mental issues, and that's not like trying to be funny or anything like that at all. Like that's serious stuff. So if he's good on those ends, he should fight. In my opinion, he's still like a solid fighter. Let's get to the co-main event. The co-main event was Carla Esparza versus Rose Namajunas. Oh my goodness, the worst title fight in the history of mankind. I don't know if you guys watched that co-main. You guys watch that co-main?
Nah, I was actually watching Canelo.
I had the Canelo and Bivol fight on my laptop, and I actually had the UFC on the TV. Should have obviously been the other way around. That was 5 rounds of absolute nothing. Carla gets the job done because she got 2 takedowns, I guess. I don't even know what to say about this fight. Moving on. Although I would say Rose after, she was pissed off. Her coaches let her down. We'll talk about that later on also in the main event, but not a good night for Trevor Woodman. And we get to the main event. Charles do Bronx Oliveira, the king without the crown as now he is, versus Justin Gaethje in his hometown in Phoenix, Arizona. First round is absolute madness, as I expected to be. Like I said before, Khabib has pretty much laid out the blueprint for Justin. His wrestling is almost non-existent. It's basically not there. And Charles do Bronx pretty much, like I said, literally ran through the man. He obviously took some big shots, and he cannot keep doing that, man. He got absolute stunned by Justin Gaethje. And I actually thought Justin Gaethje was fighting a fantastic fight up until he got wild. And once he gets wild, he just gave Charles like too many holes, too many chances to knock him down. Once fucking Justin Gaethje is composed, he can pick apart Charles Oliveira. In my opinion, standing up, he was piecing him up. But Charles do Bronx puts down Justin Gaethje with a nice right hand, puts him down, immediately goes to the armbar, then changes to the back mount and then chokes him out, makes him tap as well. We won't talk about that, Justin Gaethje. A guy who says I won't tapped out twice, actually 3 times in the last two title fights. But Charles do Bronx ran through him, similar to Khabib. Obviously, he did it in quicker fashion, but Khabib wasn't eating his shots like that, guys. But yeah, it was the blueprint is out there, and he just that was a perfect game plan. Ran right through him, too easy. I mean, you guys saw after he feels as if he can take these shots because of his connection to God or stuff like that. That can only take you so far, man. Like this is a real life thing. You will get touched and you will get knocked the fuck out, bro. This ain't no crazy shit. So Charles do Bronx Oliveira at this moment is the champ. He's the baddest man at 155, no doubt about it. And yeah, what a night of fights though. What a night of fights. Prelims, nothing crazy. But what are your thoughts on the main card and that main event?
Let me go first. I just want to say Charles Oliveira, man. This guy is special, bro. This guy, I mean, knockout power, insane precision. Fucking, he gets knocked down, he gets right back up.
Bro, if you're fighting Charles Oliveira, you better hope to not knock him down. Because as soon as he gets knocked down, it's he transforms. Something.
It's insane because, like, good chin or not, I don't care. This guy gets up. He gets up and then just, bro, once he gets you on the ground, bro, his jiu-jitsu is unmatched. Like, this guy will fucking find a way to choke you out, to make you want to quit. And it's got to be one of the most impressive skill sets I've seen in the UFC personally. And he just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better. And it's so scary because it's like, what is this guy capable of? And we haven't seen his prime, apparently, because he just keeps getting better. So, I mean, we say Islam Makhachev is going to fucking kill him. And he probably will. I'm not going to go against it. But, yo, this guy's scarier than we thought. Definitely scarier than
Listen, bro, I mean, that was giving my point, but I think first we should talk about the fight, and then after I'll get to the Islam point. But, I mean, listen, like, he ran through Justin. I thought Charles, after missing weight, quote unquote, he almost felt disrespected again. You know, he felt like he had to like prove a point going in there, and he did, bro. He stood up there with the scariest hands at 155. Like, bro, nobody hits as hard as Justin Gaethje at 155, and he stood up there. He put him down. So yeah, he proved the point for sure.
Yeah. Listen, this guy's a real deal, Charles Oliveira. If it wasn't for this fight, it's about the Dustin fight, and even then, this guy, he's talented. I agree with Yoni in his thought that he's probably the most overall complete fighter, not just in like that division, in like UFC, like overall. This guy.
I disagree, but he's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Fine. Obviously, you know,
Volkanovski, John
Jones, this, that. Fine. We get it. But in terms of his, like, he can beat you from many ways. BJJ, he can beat you there. He can knock your ass out. Striking's improved. Yeah, he's the best. He's the best in the world at the moment. And at lightweight, I think, look at his resume. This resume is tough. Big winning streak against tough guys like Tony Ferguson, Chandler, Gaethje, Dustin, like even more other guys. And this guy, he's the real deal. If you didn't doubt him, if you were doubting him before, you can't doubt him now. This whole situation with the weight cut, you know, I have my own opinions about that. Listen, 0.5, you can't lose 0.5. Obviously, people react to certain things differently. That's fine. You know, he paid the punishment, came out, won. I respect that. In the last three fights, like I said in the preview for the Gaethje thing, I'm like, yo, listen, you can't keep getting your ass knocked down like that. And he didn't, and he still came back and won. And I respect that. That's resilience. That's a championship mentality. You get knocked down, you get right back up, and he's knocking dudes right the fuck out. So, you know, you can't doubt this guy. Like I said, you can't doubt him. And it's going to be tough. I think he can have a great reign because he clearly is not slowing down, right? He's not slowing down. And we'll see. I think he could beat anybody in that division. But, you know, our boy Islam, he's coming. He's coming. That fight needs to be the next one, I would think. People say, Islam, who the fuck is he for? This, that. I mean, is it his fault? It's not his fault.
Kind of hard
People are
when
not
fighters are
fighting
ducking
him,
you, man.
or Dariusha ducking him, or Dos Nachos is ducking him and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see.
Even
I think that's
Oliveira's
next fight.
ducking him now. Oliveira's saying, "Oh, he doesn't."
Bro,
deserve the
I
title
love
fight.
Of course, he wants to fight
Oliveira.
Connor. He wants to fight.
No, you
fucking-
cannot
What
call
is
out
it?
Conor McGregor and then say that Islam needs to fight someone else. That's like that
Dude,
makes
it's a
absolutely no sense.
joke. It's a
makes
joke.
no
But this
sense.
is you
But
know what
also-
it is,
but also,
bro. You know
bro,
how it is.
But yo, if you're the champion, right, and you're gonna fight the easier guy for the for obviously more money, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But Islam is definitely the next guy. That's the fight. A 10-fight win streak versus 11-fight win streak. This after Khabib versus Conor is the biggest fight in lightweight history. Why has nobody said that yet? I've been waiting to say that. This is the fight, bro. It needs to happen. 2 pound for pound guys, both in their prime, basically undefeated in the last couple of years. Islam has one loss. Charles, ever since he's become a man, has not lost, right? So this is the fight to make, bro. There's no other fight to make. Islam is ready. He's the guy, and I mean, like Yoni, bro. You were talking about it, right? Charles is the real deal. Charles is for real. Charles has this aura around him. Wow, he's running through guys almost like Khabib did. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. That's all I'm gonna say. When Islam, inshallah, gets the job done, I don't want it to be Islam. He just fought and beat a guy who
just grapples people.
who has 10 losses.
Oh, he's just hugging him.
He beat a quitter. I already know someone who's.
Nah, they're gonna be like he was hugging him the whole time.
Stop it, bro.
Yeah,
Stop
we'll
it,
see
bro.
about that. We'll wear
He's
that
gonna finish it.
BJJ.
He's gonna finish.
Because I'm here. I'm confident.
Well, listen,
I'm confident.
that's the
I'm
fight to
confident
make.
Islam's
That's the
gonna
fight. That's the fight to
Yeah.
make. No disrespect to Charles. I love Charles. That's the fight to make. Don't be calling out Conor McGregor. Don't be calling out Nate Diaz, bro. Even Dana, who's a promoter and all he wants to do is make money. Him as a true fight fan, because Dana, this is what I love about him. He's a true fight fan. He wants to see Islam versus Charles. We didn't get Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson, and it's gonna kill me forever. I need this. This is every fan deserves this, bro, because of what we missed out on. This is the fight to make, and as soon as this fight is made, put these dudes, bro, in a bubble wrap, put them in somewhere, and do not let them move, bro. I need this fight to happen.
In a chamber.
I don't need Charles to fucking tripping over a wire.
Give him a gym.
Bro,
Give him like a fucking gym, and then they can't get the fuck out. Man, let me ask you a question. Let's just say in the hypothetical world, this fight does happen. Charles loses. Khabib Nurmagomedov's home watching. Khabib's at home watching. He's like, damn, yo. Or he's probably at the fight because he's out in this corner. Do you think Khabib?
First of all, honestly,
I have my own thoughts about it, but I want to hear what you say because you're part
I'm
of the
pretty sure you
entourage.
asked me this question. As Charles was rising up the ranks, you asked me this question. And he's
But now
he's only gotten better.
I'm gonna bring it up again. Yeah.
But honestly, I only feel more confident Islam's gonna get the job done, right? But if Islam somehow loses, right? I believe, like I said before, Islam will have one more shot at Charles Oliveira. And then hold up. If he beats Islam, or if he finishes Islam, Khabib Nurmagomedov will be back and he will destroy Charles Oliveira, bro.
It's smash, bro.
But I mean, in my opinion, like Islam can win this fight anywhere it goes, bro. Anywhere it goes.
I get that.
Smoke.
But Ahmed, can I ask you another question?
Oliveira. This is the fight.
No disrespect. I don't want to.
This is the fight to make.
No disrespect. But Ahmed, I know what you're gonna say because you're a very political guy. In the back of your head, do you ever had thoughts that maybe I want Islam to lose so Khabib comes back? I know what you're gonna say though.
Listen,
Yeah, he
bro,
I know what
Yes,
you're
he
gonna
does.
say.
I've used this word
No,
a
hold
couple
up.
times in the podcast, bro. That is creepy. Hell no, bro. Hell no. Bro. Islam is, bro. You guys remember when Habib retired, bro? I was like, damn. Just when he's about to get started, damn. But it took me a while, and then I realized, yo, what am I complaining about? I have Islam Makhachev, and he's ready, and he's in his prime, and it's his time. Habib had his time. Habib, listen, guy, it's in the past. That's why when I see every single pay-per-view is on, I see a fucking Habib trending. It's like, bro, leave him alone, bro. This dude is giving you guys an open division, and so Islam comes and gets it back. Enjoy this as long as it lasts. So
Want to hear my hot take?
I
You wanna hear my hot take?
never. In my mind, obviously, as I've always said, any man could lose. You know, obviously we have all this shit. Oh, Habib is this like figure? No, Habib is a man, and he can lose to any man. Make no mistake about it. That's for any man. Islam can lose. He already did get knocked out. It happened. It's right there. It's on tape. But in my opinion, 100%, I believe Islam gets the job done. Standing up on the ground, he's the best fighter.
You guys want to hear my hot take? I think even if Islam wins, Khabib comes back and fights Islam and just absolutely fucks him up. Nah, bro. Yo, it's really crazy. This guy Khabib said dead ass to go. Dead ass to go, bro.
I only have one request. And it's not even like a good thing for us or us, for Islam. This fight, I want it in Brazil, bro, because Charles, he deserves to fight in Brazil, and Islam is going to go in there, have the Brazilians chanting, "Do da hey," whatever they chant, bro. You're gonna die, right? Islam is gonna be like this, bro. You see this fucking neck beard, bro? I ain't losing nobody, cause it's over. Going in there, getting a job done in front of the Brazilians. What can you say now, bro? What more do I have to say? As Jay-Z once said, bro.
Yo, Khabib, not Khabib. Islam's also an entertaining guy, bro. Like, cause you gotta think, like,
guy.
You know how fucking entertaining it would be if you have Conor versus Oliveira set up in Brazil? How all the shit that fucking Conor would be saying. But
I run this town.
Islam
I run Rio de Janeiro.
Exactly. Islam is definitely better on the mic than Khabib, bro. Like,
no, Habib
Habib
was like, he changed the game, bro. He's got Hamzat and guys like this, like trying to be like him, bro. Like he changed the game, bro. Like the word, bro. The word brother is like trademarked by him.
Brother.
Smash.
Smash.
Yo, you know what's my favorite Khabib quote of all time? It's Islam time, brother. It's
bro, and I see now a lot of guys, bro, are now saying, "Oh, I'll fight Nate and Conor in the same day, bro." Bro, Habib was saying this 2016, and he was for real. Yeah. He said, "Bro, I'll fight Edson Barboza, and I'm not tired." Bro, honestly, after he beat Edson Barboza, mauled Edson Barboza, 15 minutes, wasn't even breathing heavy. He said, "Bro, I'm ready to fight Tony Ferguson right now. If Dana White lets it happen, I'll beat these guys the same night, 15 minutes, or I'll finish him, bro." And honestly, bro.
Yeah, bro.
If any man could do it, it's very hard. That's like a little too much.
Yeah,
if any man could do it. It
people talk about you motherfuckers that talk about some Charles Oliveira as a lightweight goat, bro. Fucking, you guys must have forgot.
Bro,
look.
Honestly,
stop
bro, listen.
Him, bro.
There is some weirdness. Like
shit, this guy's never lost.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like people would just hate Habib because he's like Muslim or something. That's one thing.
I don't know about that.
Habib also It's a little weird out there, bro.
Yeah, there's a couple of people.
And then, bro, Habib embarrassed your favorite fighters, bro. He made them all look like me. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's Habib. He's the best. Stop disrespecting this man, bro. Leave him alone. Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, people.
That's the fight.
People, like you said, Charles Oliveira has fought basically the same guys. Obviously,
he's beating the remains. He's beating the remains.
The sloppy seconds of Khabib. And Khabib, look at his face. No blood.
Yeah,
never bled.
Listen,
after Charles Oliveira got knocked down 3 times. So let's stop that bullshit.
All right.
Before we go ahead, I was going to say before we wrap up and go to boxing, I just want to give a shout out to Michael Chandler. That call out of Conor McGregor and all those guys, like what do you say, Gaethje and Charles, that was pretty fucking badass. And I would love to see Chandler, Conor. That would be a fucking great fight if they do that.
Yeah,
it's a great fucking fight.
That's a fantastic fight.
So.
Also,
yeah,
and it said everybody, honestly, the disrespect, especially after Tony Ferguson, a guy who is a legend in the sport. This ain't, bro. This is the one thing about MMA that people don't understand. This ain't no basketball. This ain't no football. People can get really hurt in there, bro. And the one thing about this sport is that you have to show respect to any man whoever goes in there. Tony Ferguson, who I'm a Khabib fan, and Tony Ferguson has talked all this shit about Khabib in this, but it's you have to respect these guys, especially Tony Ferguson, who is giving us all these great fights and stuff like that. He gets knocked out viciously, and people are making fun of him like that. I get it. It's easy to do that, but bro, like this ain't the sport for it, in my opinion. This ain't the sport.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. I'm one of those guys that made fun of him after he got knocked out. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry.
Bro,
obviously, I think it's because of shit that I know what he's done personally, and obviously he has his own problems. But I don't know. I never really liked him. Like I said, I'm a Khabib fan. The way he was talking shit to Khabib, the stories that I've heard of him before. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I was pretty happy when he got knocked the fuck out.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's wrap up. Really,
that wasn't also, but that wasn't the biggest. Well, I mean, it was the biggest fight of the night. Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. But there was a big fight also going on. I don't know where that fight was, but Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol. We were talking about it before. Bivol is the real deal, man. Bivol is the real deal. Minus 410. I took that all day. Easy money in the bank. Bivol, man. I think this is the first time since Canelo fought Floyd where he was clearly the second best fighter in that ring. I believe in my scorecards, I had it as 9-3. Bivol dominated Canelo. He was too big. His combinations, man, for a guy that big and that fast. I mean, Canelo couldn't even throw back because he had to protect himself. Because those combinations, he didn't know if it was going to be 2 or 3 or 4, bro. It was too much. And Bivol, man, like I said before, Canelo likes to give up rounds to get the timing down, and you could do that when you're clearly the best fighter. Like when you're fighting, Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, you can give up rounds because like in those championship rounds, you're gonna dominate. Bivol is a phenomenal boxer. He's not just a power hitter. He's a phenomenal boxer, and he's good enough to win those rounds, those 9, those 10, those 11, those 12, and he did just that. So it was, listen, Canelo going up this weight class. I mean, it's a win-win situation for him. If he wins, he's the next Roy Jones Jr. He's going up weight classes, dominating bigger guys and stuff like that. And if he loses, nobody even talked about it, bro. I don't even hear that Canelo lost. So, I think. I
heard people talking shit, which is
not a lot of guys, bro. And you can't really talk a lot of shit because it wasn't shocking. I mean, bro, we were talking about it. It wasn't shocking.
Nah, for casuals, they were like, oh. They're like, oh, they compared him to fucking Floyd Mayweather. Like, who? Who the fuck did that?
Oh, Floyd wasn't fighting guys 30 pounds or 40 pounds heavier than him, bro.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Floyd was obviously...
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Man, your thoughts?
No sense. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked about it on this thing. We said it. It's a bad matchup for Canelo. I picked Canelo to win because I'm a fan of him, and I think he's talented enough to do so. But I was not shocked that Bivol win because he's a bigger guy, great fighter, and that's a bad recipe. And the way Bivol fights, his style gives what's his name problems. So gives guys like Canelo. Like I said, night of on my Twitter, I don't think this does much against Canelo's legacy. I think he has a lot of fights. He's still young, 31, 32 years old. He still has a lot of fights in his regular, natural weight class that he can still, at the end of the day, end up fucking top 10 of all time.
Oh, he's fighting everything.
So
he might be top 10 all time right now.
And I respect him. I respect him for going to do that stuff because he's doing it for his legacy. He's not doing it for money. He doesn't need to fight Bivol. Doesn't need to do all that. You know what I mean? And I respect it because he could have easily beat Kovalov, who you could say is a washed guy, and never fight in that division ever again. But he did.
He knocked
'cause
out
he wanted more
Kovalev.
belts in this. Kovalev knocked him out. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's impressive
he
hell.
didn't need to fight anymore. He didn't need to fight Bivol. He didn't need to do all this shit, but he wants to because he wants to be the best. He wants to do his legacy thing. And I love it. I respect him. I still think he's the pound for pound king in boxing still, regardless of the loss. You can argue. You can
That's
argue, of
infuriating,
course.
bro.
Us
That's
fans
infuriating
and
for
things
me.
like that.
Man,
It was fun. And
You're retired,
yeah, and doesn't do much.
Bro, honestly,
Maybe.
this was one of those things where it doesn't hurt your legacy; it can only improve it. But
exactly,
it's
bro.
also
It was
like,
a win-win
exactly.
situation.
exactly.
Win-win.
It's also like, bro, when you look at Canelo Alvarez, especially like, let's get boxing specific. This is what you want boxers to be like. This is exactly how
Oh,
you want
bro.
boxers to be like.
We need more of this.
Fighting. We do, man. If
No,
we had
bro,
every
Canelo's the
great
only
fighter
guy doing
this,
it. Canelo is
Exactly.
the only guy doing it.
Exactly.
This
We need
Manny
fights.
Pacquiao, bro.
Listen, I understand though. It's boxing. It takes a toll on your health, of course. But if you're good enough to the point where you're not getting hit, and you're just fucking motherfuckers up, man, go and take these fights every 3 months. Let it fly. That's the sport that you're in. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, obviously, but like we love it as a fan. Like fucking Canelo's top 10 in my books simply because he does this shit. Because he's grinding this sport out. He's a pure fucking boxer, bro.
Bro, he's so
Boxing
active,
for legacy,
bro. The face
for
of
fighting,
boxing.
for the love of the sport. It's not about money. Obviously, money comes second, and it should even come first. But it's just so amazing, and he is a boxer that makes you love boxing. He's a boxer that you want to introduce to little kids because, first of all, he's always active and he's good. So it's like you can't get bored of him. So yeah, fucking love it. I love Canelo, man. Get the fuck out
well
of here
said.
tonight.
It was a win-win for him, and honestly, bro, it's great for fucking Bivol because now people understand just how good this man is, and obviously, Bivol beat Abayev. What a fight that's gonna be! My goodness, hopefully they bring that to the Garden.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, that's gonna be fantastic.
that's definitely a crazy fight. Yeah, and I think that Bivol fight literally answers the everybody. If Canelo would fight Bitabev, like
Oh,
I mean, we called it like so long ago. But I'm saying it pretty much answers if Bivol's doing that. I'm like, God forbid, what the fuck Bivol would do to him. Aaron Judge hit a walk-off homer to beat the
yeah, I seen that.
Toronto Blue Jays.
6-5. See you later.
Pretty badass. Cashman.
Romano.
Hal, give him whatever the fuck he wants. Stop fucking around.
Guys, I think that about does it for this episode. Pretty
Shout out to the new
fucking
mic.
fun.
I don't know if you guys could hear the difference.
Now we can. Ahmed
Sounds like
coming
you're
out
fucking
with-
doing ASMR, bro.
Yeah, Ahmed dropping the ASMR soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed. We see all the support and the love on all our videos, passing 100 views almost like consistently now. It's awesome. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.